Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. Landon Schmidt producing. We're Sports Time. We're with you for the next 3 hours and a lot to get into this afternoon. Super Bowl Sunday, just a couple days away. We'll talk a lot about the Super Bowl, break down the game, and obviously make our picks later in the show, but we'll talk about it a lot over these next 3 hours. The Tigers, they were in action last night, got the road win over UAB last night. The Grizzlies, they're in action tonight, a back-to-back in Portland against the Trailblazers. We'll get a look at a couple of those new pieces tonight for the Grizzlies. Zach Kleiman spoke earlier this morning, post-trade deadline, so a lot to get into over these next 3 hours. But, Brett, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing well. There really a lot going on. You mentioned the basketball, for sure. Great win last night for the Tigers. Definitely needed. Now put it together on Sunday and get back to over 500. Yep. And then after that, try to get to no man's land for this year, the 2 over 500 mark.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies, a lot of time in Portland tonight and tomorrow before going to Golden State on Monday night, then the Wednesday end of the road trip in Denver, and then to All-Star break. And you're right about Zach Kleiman. You're also right about Super Bowl weekend. I'm getting there. Y'all getting there?
I'm
Super Bowl
I'm
fever?
there. I'm
fully?
excited. Yeah, I'm in on the Super Bowl. I'm
what would it be thermometer now?
104? Yeah, it'd be. I don't know how to work the thermometer.
Classic rock station.
Yeah,
104.
That's right. Yeah, but if we were just going 1 to 100, I'm at 100. I'm
Van
ready for
Halen
it.
22 hours a day.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't have any Van Halen, but yeah, no, I'm. As high as you can get, I'm ready for
I'm
the
there.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. You there, Landon? You at a good temperature?
Oh, yeah, of course. I love Van Halen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't like Van Halen. I don't know anything about Van Halen, so I can't.
You want to stay out of the Van Halen?
I'll stay out of the
Panama.
Okay, I'll take your
Jump, yep.
Jump, yeah.
And Van Halen with Sammy Hagar, good stuff.
Hot for a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
You're out.
not my.
One of the greatest drum openings of all time.
No Van Halen ever at the Super Bowl, though, huh?
Is that? Yeah,
I never remember one.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Van Halen. I have nothing on Van Halen. You could say whatever you want about Van Halen.
All
I
right,
have
look,
nothing on Van Halen.
on Sunday, I'm going to watch halftime. All these people I'm not going to watch. It's detestable.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
Is it really that detestable?
It's not. It's not
Is it
at
really
all.
that
No.
big a deal?
No, it's not a big deal.
I mean, is
at
this
all.
the end of time? I hear some put it in.
No,
I don't think
certainly
so.
not. Certainly not. No. No, I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be fun.
I'm going to watch, and if I like, I like. If I don't, okay.
Yeah, no, I mean there are not every halftime show's for everybody.
It's not.
And there have been halftime.
Excuse very young.
Sure, yeah.
For a reason.
That's right. There have been previous halftime shows that
They have the 63-year-old viewer. They have me.
Yes, no, they aren't.
They
aren't
want
worried about that.
23.
Sure, and
I don't blame them.
Yeah, and obviously, broadening it out a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I was familiar with Bad Bunny before he was named the halftime show act. I had not listened to much of his music.
IG YouTube sensation. Is
no,
that how you got to start?
I don't know. I think he's just same way every musician gets started. Whatever.
Get a break.
I think he's like that. I don't think he was like a social media person before, but is very popular.
I ain't got any truck with the Bad Bunny.
No. I mean, look, I think very popular. Worldwide, very popular. So
fall out with Bad Bunny.
No, definitely not. So I'm excited. I've heard really good things.
I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl Sunday first and foremost with football.
Sure, no, definitely.
How about that?
Yeah, but everything else that goes into it, I'm in on. We talked about it. I love the commercials, and
it'll be listening live to us starting with the noon. Coverage
noon
on Sunday.
Early. I mean, if you want that wall-to-wall coverage, we're gonna have it on Sunday starting at noon, so you can get the fix all afternoon on it.
We will have more coverage on Sunday on this radio station, proudly, than in a lot of the 70s on network TV for Winter Olympics that begin this weekend.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah.
72 Winter Olympics in Sapporo, Japan. If you blinked, you missed the coverage. It just wasn't a lot.
Really? Wow.
No. And then a little more in 76, and then 80 was good, and then after 80, after everything that happened there.
Yeah. No,
that's when the rights fees
definitely,
up.
Definitely.
But Zach Kleiman did speak today. I was there for it, heard every utterance, and organizational change was the kind of the buzzword.
Yeah.
Organizational trend.
Makes
and
sense.
Going the way they're going. I did ask him, how can the fans be confident, assured of him being the builder of the rebuild, the architect of the rebuild? And he mostly answered it. He did not. I was prepared for him to say, well, we did it once. Well, they really haven't done it once. But he didn't say that. But they haven't done it once. One playoff series win is not much. Yeah, 50-win season's great, but
Sure.
you are judged by playoff success.
No, you definitely are. And you know, there are other things that obviously played a factor in it. But you're right. I mean, they've
had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I mean, injuries have certainly played a role in it. I mean, when you're the number 2 seed and rolling right along, and then kind of after that, really couldn't catch a break with injuries. And so yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time with. Would have loved to seen the team that was the opening day roster completely healthy. We just were never able to see that for really any point of time, but certainly not a long time. And yeah, I mean, I think it was the time to hit the reset button, and that's exactly what they did. And so obviously that's why the buzzword was kind of the organizational direction and different things like that, because it is a big change, and it's going to be a big transition and a big difference kind of watching this team on a nightly basis.
And he mentioned several times that he doesn't think this rebuild is anything approaching 5 years. Mentioned it twice. I asked him, since you've said it twice, it's not 5 years, how long is it? We didn't give a number because, we were once told by the Mike Heisley, Stan Meadows, Chris Wallace management team, 3-year rebuild. I don't know if people are patient enough for it. He didn't put a number on that, but if we put a number on 3 years, I don't know if people are going to go for that.
Yeah,
that window being that wide open and that shut.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's no going back now. I mean, whatever it looks like is
begun.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be whatever. I think the way that it's set up, I would not be surprised if it's 2 or 3 years, and I think people would be fine with that. I think when you get into 4, 5, 6 years and you're kind of still trying to get there, I think that's the difference.
That,
the 4 or 5 year? Oh yeah, no, I don't think so.
I think his is 3 years.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think if you look up in 2 or 3 years and this Grizzlies team is competing and is in that mix in the playoffs and different things like that, then yeah, I think that is a good rebuild. But yeah, if you get kind of past that 3 years and you're still in the play-in, you're still really struggling, then yeah, you definitely have to make changes, and that's when I think a lot of people start getting really unhappy. But
a lot of different questions, I think all very fair, including the last question of the day. And I'm sorry, I don't know who this is, but it was a reporter for ABC 24 that asked, is this rebuild for here or somewhere else?
Yeah, good question.
Ooh.
Yeah, really good question.
That's Chestnut City right there.
It sure is. Shout out to
chestnuts, walnuts.
Yeah. No, it's everything under the sun. No, that's it's a good question. And
he, I think he came around to the Memphis committed, but at first kind of above my pay grade stuff, which I can't stand that. I can't stand above the pay grade, because that nice person that was asking that was not asking that of the Grizz Girls coordinator or Super Grizz or the building engineer.
Yeah.
He was asking that of a team executive. And at some point, if you can't answer that, then y'all put somebody that can from the front office out here that can.
Sure, and we talked about it off air, I think, and I was reading, I know both the Commercial Appeal and the Daily Memphian have put out various stories about what Zach Kleiman had to say, and so I'm kind of reading through it and what all he had to say. In his response, he said that above my pay grade, and then quickly kind of switched gears and said, but we're talking about basketball. And so I kind of understand what he was saying of, look, I'm the general manager. I'm worried about the basketball on-court issues. But I think we talked about this off air before the show. Like, there's a lot of other ways you could have answered that and tried to, kind of like what we were talking about with John Morant in in London of hey, there's other ways you can answer about, trade deadline and different things like that. There are other ways as Zach Kleiman to answer that question to kind of give more confidence and more hope and more positivity to the fan base than just it's above my pay grade and then try to move on. And even you said kind of really I didn't feel like he did. He was just kind of like, well, I grew up in Memphis. My kids have grown up in Memphis. We love Memphis. I mean, that's great.
He got around to the stock answer.
I don't think he gave, I don't think that told me, that didn't give me any hope or anything. That's just, okay, you love Memphis, cool.
And he really didn't reassure. Yeah. He didn't reassure me on reassuring the fans that he's the architect of the rebuild going forward.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of word salad.
It was, but that's how it goes. I mean, it's tough.
It's how it goes. But the Grizzlies, you're going to get that, and you're going to be questioned from everyone, and should be, until you sign the lease. Yep. $650 million, already $74 million allocated for a reimagining of Beale Street. Look, let's be honest. That's going to the Grizzlies, the reimagining Beale Street and support. And I'm for that. The money's there. The money's being spent on surplus other places around the state of Tennessee, notably a large chunk going to the Titans' new stadium. Last I checked, we are part of Tennessee. I know we are. That if you've got that money. Now, to gentle taxpayer out there that's not sports minded, both Titans and the Grizzlies, if we got this much surplus money, cut me my refund check.
Yeah.
Now, I know we're going to get, before I can finish, we can finish this segment, it's going to be $21. Do you need that much? Well, somebody out there that's not necessarily not sports like we are may want that money.
Yeah.
But for the bigger game,
sure,
to keep producing the larger revenue, both in Nashville with the new stadium, that one Super Bowl is going to pay for general taxpayers $21 or however much. I don't want to discount anybody wanting $21 either.
No,
because it matters to me. Look, I picked a penny up in the street.
Well, hey, but it's lucky that. I mean, that's different. That's all about luck.
But you have to know that money getting spent raises the tide.
Sure, yeah. Well, and I mean, we could play that game with everything. I mean, you could say, well, hey, if they're giving it to schools or, to fund different, the public school system. Well, I don't have any
private
kids.
School,
I don't have kids. I don't, cut me a check. I mean, we can play that game with everything that is done with any type of tax dollars. So
that's true.
I don't worry about that as much because you're right. I mean,
look, you're part of a bigger community than just your little world.
And when we're talking, I mean, they're not giving money to anybody. I mean, let's be honest. You're never going to see that $21 or however much
in refunds.
No. So I don't worry much about that, but. It is going to be a kind of a new page for this Grizzlies team, and hopefully, we get some positive news at some point, whether it's later in the season or in the off season, and you can get that signed, and we don't have to worry about it anymore, and you can kind of move on with this rebuild, and we can kind of worry, because we talked about, I forgot if it was yesterday or the day before, but kind of ranking the biggest issues or the biggest to-do list for the Grizzlies. It'd be great to get that number one off the board with signing the deal, and then then you can really worry about the on the court stuff.
What's your plan? What's your 2-year, 3-year patient plan? How long will you? Because we're gonna have a lot of losses.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna go to a lot of games that don't matter.
Sure. I mean, I think the way that they've been stockpiling draft picks and different things like that, I think you could talk about 3 years. I think seems like a good time span, and then in that third year, I think you're in the hope is to be in the playoffs and be one of those protected seeds, and then
lucky 44-win season.
Yeah, I mean look, if you're in the playoffs,
we've done this so many times though.
But hey, when you're talking about
to do it again.
At some point you got to realize this is a rebuild. It's going to be really bad. Being in the playoffs is much better than being even in the play-in or not in anything. True. And so that's certainly a big step into the right direction.
Landon,
I'd say 3 years.
What's your rebuild patient mode?
I mean, honestly, I don't even think y'all can hear me. Maybe.
No, we can. We can. You're good.
Honestly, I'm kind of with that. I know any good rebuild's going to take some time, and so I mean,
Yeah, we got to pack the patience. We know that, and I really want to answer that question after I see where the ping pong balls fall.
I mean, that's the huge
in
thing.
May.
I can't really say anything about it right now because I don't know.
So
we'll
readdress it in May after we see how the
I think
lottery balls fall out.
the biggest thing is you look at the young pieces you have right now. You hope that you can get a stretch of healthiness into next season.
Sure need that.
And that you can get a really solid player in this NBA draft. Because I do think, let's say I just went to Tankathon, simmed it one time, and it has the Grizzlies moving up 5 spots to the number 3 pick and drafting A.J. DeBonza.
Heck yeah!
If A.J. DeBonza is on the Grizzlies,
2 years
then
that
is going to make a lot more people go to games for one.
Third year DeBonza?
Yeah, and be very patient with the rebuild.
7 seed, beat the 8.
Yeah, I mean,
push the 2 to 6 games.
Sure, and I think
we'll bet trick.
Sure.
I'm ready.
I think there's a lot of guys in the lottery this year.
But I'm running out of time on all this.
Well, I mean,
we got to do all this now.
It's unfortunate, but I do think at least with this draft, it feels like there's going to be a lot of guys in that lottery that, at the very least, will be kind of that poster child of this is the future. Get excited about it, and let's build from there. So, but we'll see.
Now he categorically said it was not going to be 5 years. Mm-hmm. If it's 5 years, we're getting into that 2032 pick.
That's right. Well, that's right. Then we are worried about that.
That really does matter now.
That 2032 pick, and like we were saying, if you get to if this is starting to look like a 5-year thing instead of a 3-year thing, then that's when you have a lot more questions, and I think
full-throated endorsement of Tomas Islo. I started to, but I didn't because I could tell they were ready to go and they were shutting things down, and I don't want to be a pest to anyone. Mm-hmm. But I started to ask, is this a full endorsement of he will be back next year? But you could almost discern from his comments that it is.
I think he'll absolutely be back next year, and I don't mind that. I think
he got a tough hand.
It's been very tough for him, and I know there are certainly things you can criticize, but I think all in all he's done some nice things in a tough situation. It's only going to get tougher. So how long do you say, hey, he's been dealt a tough hand? Because I think it's going to be a tough hand for the next couple of years. But we've got a lot to get into today, so let me set up today's show before we get to top and not top story of the day. 3:30, Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He'll join us. We'll talk some wagering with him. We'll focus a lot on the Super Bowl. I know Alan will have us covered not only with a game pick, but a ton of prop bets to bet for the Super Bowl on Sunday. We'll get to all of that at 3:30 in our next segment. 3:45, we'll talk Tigers. They got the win last night against UAB, their second road win of the season to break that 3 out of the last 4 being losses. Now a win, and we'll see what they can do on Sunday against Charlotte. 4 o'clock, Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insider and CBS Sports. He'll join us. We'll talk a lot more about the Super Bowl, get more picks from Bruce. We'll also get some picks over on the basketball side of things with Bruce before we let him go. 4:30, we'll talk more about the Grizzlies, more about what Zach Kleiman had to say earlier today, trade deadline, and tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers, back-to-back games tonight and tomorrow night. We'll get a look at those new pieces, as I believe all of the new pieces are available tonight for the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama, I believe, questionable for tonight's game, or maybe even out for tonight's game. I know Scottie Pippen Jr. Listed as questionable for tonight's game. So we'll talk a lot of Grizzlies at 4:30. 4:45, we'll get the big number of the day. 5 o'clock, Jason Munns, Tiger basketball beat writer over at the Commercial Appeal. He'll join us to talk Tigers. He was down in Birmingham for that game last night, so we'll talk a lot with him about that game, everything going on with his Tiger basketball team. As always, he is presented by Jim's Place Grill in Collierville. 5:30, we'll get to our Super Bowl 60 pick and preview. Also, our Big Four all-time for both
with those teams
and Seattle.
With Seattle and New England, for all you Randy Moss fans, with Seattle and with New England.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm telling you this right now, Brett. Mine is most of my guys are fairly recent. It is you go back to that last Super Bowl.
No Stanley Morgan from Tennessee on your list.
No Stanley Morgan.
Patriots. No Steve Grogan.
No. But yeah, you go back
Steve
to
Nelson, linebacker, great linebacker.
No.
Mike Ames.
No.
Okay.
No. I'll tell you this. You go back to the last time these two teams met in the Super Bowl, and That's probably
their own,
yeah. You'll get a lot of you can name a handful of guys
is.
that were in that game. That's right.
Sure
It's my list. It's my list. So we'll do that at 5:30. Then at 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Mo's Crunch Time. Let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. The Floor Model Spa sale is going on right now at Family Leisure. It's time to make room. Deep discounts on over 100 display models and in-stock hot tubs, swim spas, and cold plunges. Have you been dreaming about a new spa? Well, now is the time to buy. Spas as low as $99 a month. Over $1,000 in free upgrades with every spa purchased. $8,000 spas, only $159 a month. Free LED lights and waterfall on most models. Head out there to Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40.
He's Brian. I'm Brett. Our producer is Landon Schmidt. We are Sports Time, and we're live and local and with you until 6 o'clock. And we want you to be a big part of our show by texting or calling 901-360-8255. That's the Sissy's Log Cabin text and talk line. All our guests will appear on the Sissy's Log Cabin guest line at 901-360-8255. Live from our Family Leisure Studios, as always, in this hour, every day, brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Happy Super Bowl weekend from everyone at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Great offers on all 2026 models and always special leasing options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. You can call them at 901-334-9673, but they invite you to stop by the only Memphis Lexus dealership at 2600 Ridgeway, and that's where you can put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2026 flagship LS 500, and you'll be looking and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design. That makes for the safe luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Top story of the day.
Well, my top story of the day, it is the Tigers and their win last night against UAB. We talked about it going in of how would this game play out? A team in the Tigers that have only won one game on the road against a UAB team that hasn't won a single conference game at home this season, and ultimately it was the Tigers that got the win. But the story of the game, Sincere Parker, 40 points for him. He was sensational last night in that game, and he's been really good as of late, and it's been interesting because he's played well, he's knocked down shots, but he's been questionable before all of these games on the availability report, but doesn't look like he's injured at all out there. Has looked like one of the better players, one of the best players in the conference.
And quote machine.
Yeah,
see you at the crib.
He definitely is a quote machine that's just, can you get not 40 points, but more of this on a nightly basis.
I'll take 16.
So yeah, no, I'm not looking for 40 every night, but can you get this on a more consistent basis? I know there was a quote from I forgot who it was from, but there was a quote going around last night after the game of, when he's locked in, when Sincere Parker is locked in, he's one of the best shooters in the country. It's just, can he be locked in every single game? But he certainly was locked in last night. 40 points, 14 for 20 from the field, added 6 rebounds. Another guy that played well, Aaron Bradshaw, 12 points, 6 rebounds. He's looked really good in conference play. And Tigers shot 52% from the field as a team. On the other side, UAB offensively was just atrocious. 38% from the field, only 24% from three. Just really struggled to get anything going offensively, and they really made their money causing chaos. The offensive rebounds and second chance points, grabbed 16 offensive rebounds, turned them into a bunch of second chance points, had a ton of points off turnovers, fast break points. They really were able to capitalize in chaos, but when it was a half-court offense for them, they really struggled. Tigers took advantage of that, put up 90 points for the third time this season, got the win. Now we'll return home on Sunday against Charlotte, and we'll see if they can make it back-to-back wins.
My top story, Super Bowl, Sunday afternoon at 5:30. A new star will be born. If it's second-year star Drake May for New England, then I think he's off and running to be mentioned with some of the current greats. He will be the new hot thing. If it's Seattle's long, strange journey of Sam Darnold, if it's completed, 8 years, 5 teams, chased out of New York, cut in Minnesota, back up in San Francisco to Brock Purdy, then that will be a fun story for the balance of his career. Will he get another one, or will he just be Brad Johnson? Sunday will just be his 4th playoff game ever. He's 2-1.
That's crazy.
His only 2 wins this year.
Yeah, that is insane, but it is going to be a lot of fun.
Not top story of the day.
Well, my not top story of the day, it is the biggest story around the sports world right now, and it is the Super Bowl on Sunday, game that I am really excited about between the Patriots and the Seahawks, a game that it feels like a lot of people are on the side of Seattle, but I was talking with someone earlier today, it feels like the way that both of these teams play that this could be a defensive game, and when you have a defensive game, it really, no telling how it plays out. Whatever team comes up with the most stops certainly has an opportunity to win this game. With Sam Darnold on one side, how much do we trust him? We ask every single week, especially in these playoff games, do we trust him? Well, he's gotten all the way to the Super Bowl now, and do we trust him in this big game? We know Kenneth Walker, the local product, is going to be toting the rock and getting a lot of carries. How does he look in his first Super Bowl? How does this defense look? They've been one of the best defenses in the entire league all season. What do they look like? And on the other side, with a young quarterback, with some other young weapons for the Patriots, how do they look in their first Super Bowl? I think certainly a lot of questions around the Super Bowl, but I think sets up for a really, really exciting game.
Look up at your app, see what the over and under for punts will be.
Oh, and I know that's going to be one that usually Alan Bell loves the punts. So, I'll have to find that.
For both teams, 22, Giants and Ravens,
Okay.
I think it's 22. My not top story, the big 4-0 for Sincere Parker last night. Larry Finch with most points in a Tiger game. He had 48. That was with no three-point line. No three-point line at the Coliseum against St. Joe. Jeremiah Martin, he had 41. All in a second half.
Wow.
All in the second half. The day he got 41. Marcus Moody with 41. Jeremiah Martin, that 41 in the second half, that was in a loss. Larry Finch in a win. Marcus Moody in a win, and last night in a win.
Wow. That's good stuff.
Marcus Moody did it at OU against the Sooners. On the Saturday, Charles Woodson won the Heisman over Peyton.
Is that right?
I was in New York.
Wow. How about
and that was going on in Norman.
Wow, I like that. Yeah, so no, it was awesome last night watching that performance from Sincere Parker. We'll talk about it more at the end of this hour, and we'll certainly talk about it a lot when Jason Munge joins us to start our third hour. But let's go ahead and get to our first break. When we return, we're talking some wagering. Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He joins us next.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
When you want your favorite drink without the big box hassle, you need City Center Liquor in Lakeland, your locally owned shop for wine, spirits, beer, and all your tobacco needs. With a friendly staff that knows their stuff, you'll get great recommendations, fast service, and the hometown feel you love. So whether you're stocking up for the weekend or on the hunt for something new to try, City Center Liquor has you covered. City Center Liquor, 9774 Shady Village Lane, just off Highway 70 in Lakeland. Local, friendly, and always fully stocked. For a 5% discount, tell them Sports 56 sent you.
Injured in an accident?
NST is the way to go. Call 68370.
For more than 35 years, NST Injury Law has been fighting for Memphis families. When insurance companies try to delay, deny, or underpay, NST steps in to fight back. No fees unless you win.
NST is the way to go. Call 68370. They've got the fight, they've got the heart.
NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With over 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every dollar you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
Rebel Nation, get the latest on everything Ole Miss sports with the Cannon Motors of Mississippi Rebel Yell Hotline. Join Rebel insiders Chuck Rounsville, Yancey Porter, and Gary Darby Monday nights at 6 as they break down the latest with the Rebels, along with even more insight from special guests. Rebel Yell Hotline, Mondays at 6 p.m. on WHBQ.
Stay up to date with everything going on in Ole Miss athletics with Rebel Yell Hotline every Monday night from 6 to 7 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Love is in the air, and it's time to remember all the sweethearts in your life because it's a Saturday. Valentine's Day is the 14th, and Dinstall's will launch the season for their famous chocolate-covered strawberries beginning on Wednesday the 11th. We're actually going to be there to help make that launch perfect on February the 9th. That's a Monday. So place your order for the chocolate-covered strawberries on Monday the 9th when you come to see us at Dinstall's on Pleasant View. Dinstall's, the place to make sweet memories.
Sports 56 traffic.
Cranking up pretty good out here on 240 East from Mill Branch out to 385 Billmore Parkway. So far, so good outbound on I-40 over here as you come past Sycamore View Road, headed on out towards Fayette County. 51 looks like it's got a little bit heavier headed north of town up to the Woodstock area, continuing towards Millington. Hey, Valentine's Day is going to be here before you know it next week, as a matter of fact. So shop this weekend local and save a lot of money at Weimer's Jewelry, located 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you, and we're going to talk some wagering with Alan Bell in just a second. But you mentioned earlier the punting, and I know Alan
combined punts
is usually
one of his go-to plays.
Yeah, usually loves the punt play. 7.5 is the total punts.
Don't we love that over?
I'll let Alan be the judge of that. I think so.
Defensive game?
Yeah, I mean, certainly if it's a defensive game, then that is going to be. I think go way over. The over is the favorite. I should say that minus 115 on the over. So yeah, and I'm still looking for one of your bets that you asked me. I don't know if I can.
Return.
Okay, so I can say that. I don't know.
There's
if
never been
a
punt return for a touchdown in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, I haven't. I've tried to look for it. I haven't found it yet, but I'm sure I will find it at some point.
And there's never been a kicker attempt a pass. No, Gary Yepremian did not. It went down as a fumble. There's never been a punter or a kicker attempt to pass.
Interesting. So maybe we get that. Maybe we get that this year. But we got Alan Bell with us now. He joins us every Friday.
We're ready, Alan.
Oh yeah, it's the big game. We're excited for it. I guess let's start with the game itself. Right now, Seattle a 4.5-point favorite. The total 45.5. What are you liking Sunday night for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, first off, man, I appreciate you guys having me back. And yeah, big game is here. Look, the Seattle Seahawks with the spread of 4.5. It is now percentage-wise the most bet spread in NFL history. Everybody is on the Seahawks, and I agree with it. I think Seattle's the better team. I love about offense. I love about defense. I roll with it. I'm not going to overthink it. What about you guys?
Very same thing. And we need your score prediction for our in-house contest.
I'm going to go 34-27. Big points in this one.
Oh, you're going way over. No punting for you.
No defensive matchup for you. Wow.
Hey, you know what? We're going to get that punter throwing a touchdown pass. Or throwing a pass. We're finally going to see it.
How about that nugget? Never been a punt return, never attempted pass by a punter or a kicker.
Yeah, that was an excellent stat that you had right there. Great pull.
Yeah, no, that is really good. All right, so on the prop side of things, what are you looking at? What are you liking for Sunday?
Well, I'll tell you this. Gone over the last 10 Super Bowls, and you know what happens in Super Bowls? Interceptions are what happens. I like picks in this game, notably from both quarterbacks. All right, now Sam Darnold's going to be a little more affordable than, say, Drake May will, but I like Darnold here. In terms of also props, I like Darnold to win MVP at plus 120. I think, look, if you're going to go MVP, go Drake May or go Sam Darnold one way or the other. I'm going with a team I think is going to win. So that's where I'm starting with props. Anything you guys like so far?
What's the Darnold interception number? I assume you're going under.
Yeah, well, I'm going over 1.5 or over half of an interception there. I believe
half,
last I saw. Yeah, minus 125 last I saw.
And for Drake May, his interception number.
Minus 140. So it's going to be a little more expensive to get Drake May. But shop your books because they're going to be bouncing around. That's another important thing. And shop your books. Yeah, no doubt.
What's his interception number? 1.5?
Yeah, over half. Yeah, both of them are going to be over half. So,
okay.
Yep. So just need one interception. You could also play it if you want to, including fumbles. You could play over 2.5 turnovers at plus 120. I like that one as well. The last 2 Super Bowls, we have seen turnovers happen in these games. Points as well. So, yeah, like turnovers in all aspects.
I don't think there's a tighter played first 8 minutes of football than a Super Bowl. I mean, it is the ultimate just kind of sparring, feeling each other out. Nobody wants to have the knockout turnover early. Do you think that?
I absolutely agree with you. If you look at Super Bowl history, about 55% of the points are scored in the second half of games. For exactly what you just said, because you can't win the Super Bowl in the first quarter, but, buddy, you can lose it in the first quarter if you get out there turning it over. So that's an excellent stat right there. First quarter unders usually come in as well. Good look.
And that number is first quarter over under?
7.5. All right, so do you think that there's going to be a touchdown and a field goal in the first quarter?
Well, I got a square game of 3-0. All I want is 3-0 in the first quarter.
There you go. Yeah, then you're sitting pretty, baby.
Alan, I know last week when we talked with you, you said you like to the bet on both individual teams to punt on their first drive. Anything else you like in the special teams punting category?
Yeah, I'll say this. You're going to get field goals in this game, so playing kickers over 1.5 field goals is not a bad look as well, especially going off of in the first half. That's really when you're going to see them. Not that you don't see them in the second half. We all know walk-off Super Bowls, all that. But you definitely do get field goals. So, yeah, special teams-wise, I like over 1.5 field goals on both sides for each kicker. If you want to play, you can play yardage too, but don't overthink it. Just, over 1.5. Good.
Who needs this one the most, Darnold or May?
Darnold, for sure. Now, and the question asks, who needs it, right? Like, we go off of, well, May's got time. He's the young guy. But, man, we've seen quarterbacks get to the Super Bowl and never come back again.
Check with Joe Burrow on having time.
100% right there, man. And, and remember, teams that lose Super Bowls, it's generally a kind of a brutal season the next year. So keep an eye on that as we go.
Interesting. How exotic do you get with the Super Bowl bets?
Family show, Brent. Watch the question there.
That was hilarious. Look, I like to have fun with it, right? Like, I'm not big on, like, the coin toss. I mean, that's literally a coin toss. But, like the Gatorade colors, right? Like, I like to get down with those. All kinds of stuff, man. It's fun.
I haven't. I wish I could. I'm not going to. I wish I could bet every bet out there, just a little something. How many bets are there out there?
Oh, gosh, hundreds, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? You do bring up a good point, okay? This is the most bet game in the United States every year. Do not wait until 20 minutes before kickoff to get your bets in. These apps will be overloaded with traffic. It could get, go down, all kinds of stuff. So be prepared as you go in. Don't wait for the last.
Okay, when is the best time with whatever app you're using to go online and do it? Early Sunday morning? Is there a less traffic time?
Yeah. So here's what you have right now. Okay. So all of these prop numbers, remember it. They're only going to go up. Okay. People don't bet unders. They don't want to have fun with that. They want to bet overs.
Life's too short.
Exactly right. So the best time is right now. If you know what bets you want to get. Because these numbers are going to go. But, speaking realistically, around Sunday at noon, that is when people are adjusted and used to NFL games, getting out of church, all that kind of stuff. That's when you're going to start to see it, is around noontime on Sunday. And then the numbers, once they go, this is $1.71 billion are going to be bet on this game, so they're going to spike.
It's when I've gotten out of church and I've spent a lot of time at church praying for Super Bowl winning bets.
Yeah, I'd like to get this 10% back, Lord. Come on.
I'm going to be good back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Everybody gets their cut. We're good.
That's exactly right.
I'm going to help the building fund out.
The building fund. I love it.
Alan, I'm looking at this. I'm just kind of scrolling around at this point and kind of looking at all the different types of bets out there. There is a bet that I'm seeing on DraftKings right now, and it's minus 115 on both sides. But it is longest punt return over under 18.5. You got Shaheed, that is certainly a threat on kickoff and punt returns. You got Marcus Jones on the other side as their punt returner. What do you think about that number?
18.5. That's the number that we're at.
That's 18.5.
That's an attractive number.
Mm-hmm.
Look, take a shot at it. It's even on both sides.
Heck yeah.
Again. Yeah, now look, I'll also say I'm also the one that doesn't think there's going to be a lot of punts. I think they're going to score. However, I mean, life's too short to bet that under, right?
That's right.
And it's almost like the guy at the casino that's betting against himself at the craps table. You're no fun.
No.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, the guy that's playing like the do not pass bar on everybody. You're like, come on, man.
No.
You're fading the table? Come on, bro.
Right.
That's not the object.
No.
Yeah, whose side are you on, man?
That's right. So, the Super Bowl is going to be a lot of fun. Anything you like outside of the Super Bowl this weekend? College basketball, NBA, anything that jumps out to you?
Yeah. So we've got some NBA on tonight, and I'll tell you this. I like the Clippers. All right? I like the Bucks, even though they're not going to have Giannis tonight. But I still think they're the better team. So I'm going to roll with the Clippers tonight of the spread. I'm going to roll with the Bucks. I believe now plus 1.5. And then if you can get down on the Celtics 5.5, I like them tonight.
What about college baskets tonight or over the weekend?
Well, all right, so tonight, we only have one ranked game, and it's between two ranked teams, UConn and St. John's, being played at Madison Square Garden in New York. Give me UConn. I believe the spread now 3.5. Wow. Give me UConn 3.5. I think they're better than the Johnnies, but don't sleep on St. John's either. It's going to be a great game.
UConn could very well have as many or more fans in the Garden tonight than St. John's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. It is definitely going to be a packed house tonight.
It's going to be fun.
Anything Super Bowl tied to other sports, like to the Phoenix Open or to the NBA, that's where a lot of the exotics really got started, when they would tie it to Michael Jordan or tie it to a Sunday score of Tigers.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I don't. I wish that I did. I haven't really seen many of them, at least DraftKings-wise. But you're right. I like getting in on those, especially when you can mix it in the NBA and you get player props on points, because everyone's going to be watching the Super Bowl. All right, so you can find some games where guys are going to say, "I'm just firing a bunch of threes, man. Let's go."
Yeah, I think it is defining Sunday for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think so too, and it's a big one. And my goodness, man! I mean, just the stakes on it. Can you imagine playing for a Super Bowl? It'd just be unreal, man.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. Really excited for this one on Sunday.
Tennessee, Kentucky tomorrow. Basketball.
Ooh, yeah. So I'll tell you this. I'm taking the over in that game. All right, now, I do think that Tennessee, I haven't seen a spread on it yet, but, you got Tennessee in a revenge mode. They had a fight in the last one. Tennessee's playing good ball. Kentucky is, too. I think you're going to get a ton of scoring. I'll roll with Tennessee on the spread, but I like the over.
Yeah, that one's going to be a lot of fun. Alan, as always, thanks so much for joining us.
Enjoy.
Good luck this weekend. We'll talk to you again next Friday.
Look forward to it, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Alan Bell joining us from Driving the Line. You asked him about the kind of NBA and NFL specials
Linkage.
and different things like that. Here are some that I'm seeing right now on DraftKings. Which will be greater, Drake May rushing yards or Anthony Edwards points, rebounds, and assists against the Clippers?
I think Anthony Edwards.
I think so too, and that's the favorite right now.
I don't know if I want to go with the mortgage balance on
yeah,
it or
no,
anything,
I
but
certainly wouldn't. Which will be greater, Jackson Smith and Jigba receptions or Jaylen Brown rebounds against the Knicks?
I think in Jigba's receptions.
Yeah, but both of those are
around 8 or
plus
so.
110. Yeah, I don't know what it's listed as for his over under.
So 11-10.
But yeah, that would be a good kind of would give you a good idea of where those
I'm gonna
are
get my
set.
punt return.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love it.
That's not all I'm getting. Wait till 5:30.
Yeah, okay. We'll
my
get there.
My most bold Super Bowl
No,
pick
it
ever.
is. It is.
Person that called the first overtime.
Yes.
Super Bowl 51.
That's right.
After 8 straight tries.
Hey, you didn't have to put that in there, Brett. I mean, you take the win.
Then came back to it 2 years ago and hit it again.
That's right. So hey, you got the magic
Call
touch,
last
it
year
seems
being
like.
a dud.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
11-4 last 15 Super Bowls for me.
I don't want to give anything away of what you are of what you're at least pointing at.
And you can verify. I'm backing it with cash.
No, I know you're backing it
not
with
just
cash.
Radio talk.
That's right. Which will be greater, Patriots points or Karl Anthony Towns points?
Cat easy.
Yeah, I knowing where this is leading to.
What was $10 pay on that?
Not much. Karl Anthony Towns is the favorite.
No, that's not gaming.
No, that's not gaming at all. So yeah, there's some fun things.
Somebody
out
else
there.
holding your cash.
That's right. That's exactly right. But let's go ahead and get to another.
One of these days we're going to talk to Alan Bell on a Friday. Mm-hmm. And Super Bowl is going to be in Nashville.
That's right. Yeah.
One of these
Once
days.
they get that stadium up, and that'll be a ton of fun. But let's get to a break. When we return, we're going to talk the Tigers. They got the win last night in Birmingham against UAB. We'll talk about it next on Sports Time.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I don't know.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Gaston, are you doing a Central Barbecue spot because you think if you do a Central Barbecue spot for free, then Central Barbecue will give you free Central Barbecue?
Wow. You already got in 3 mentions of Central Barbecue, and the spot hasn't even started.
That's 4.
3.
4. That's not how it works, Gaston, you Central Barbecue mooch.
That's 5.
Get out.
Hey, I just love Central Barbecue.
You have anything to say for yourself?
Central Barbecue?
So, can I get some free Central Barbecue?
Chris Price here with Metro Builders, your roofing and restoration resource. With single-digit temperatures and ice moving in, frozen pipes and ice dams don't give you much time to react. A busted pipe can flood walls, ceilings, and floors in minutes. And the real damage is often hidden behind drywall, insulation, and cabinets. That trapped moisture can lead to mold fast. Right now, Metro Builders Memphis is delivering immediate emergency water mitigation and response day or night. We can stop the water, document the damage, and help prevent long-term issues before they spread. If you see water stains, sagging ceilings, or active leaks, don't wait. Call us before mold spores spread. Call me, 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717. Metro Builders, your roofing and restoration resource. Metro Builders, we don't just build, we build world class. Book us online at metrobuildersmemphis.com. metrobuildersmemphis.com.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. And when anything can happen during the Super Bowl, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If a player goes down in the first half, you still get paid out in cash immediately once your bet settles. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code HERD. That's code HERD to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. It's a rematch with the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara.
Sunday, February 8th, complete coverage of the big game is on Westwood One. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham. Join Kevin Harlan, Kurt Warner, Laura Oakman, Gene Steratore, Ryan Harris, and me for all the action right here.
Catch it all right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Snoresworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you, and we got to talk the Tigers. They were winners last night against UAB. They'll turn around on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, and we'll host Charlotte. We'll talk a little bit about that, but I do want to go ahead and give away some tickets for Sunday's game against Charlotte, courtesy of our friends over at Sissy's Log Cabin. We'll do first caller 4 tickets and a parking pass to Sunday's game. Again, first caller, 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255. First caller to the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line. You're going to Memphis and Charlotte Sunday afternoon. Plenty of time to go to the game, enjoy it, and then get back home or get to that Super Bowl party with that 1 o'clock tip. But talked about it a little bit earlier, Brett, last night. Story of the game, Sincere Parker, 40 points off the bench, 40 points in 26 minutes. Very difficult to do, but he was lights out, 6 for 8 from 3, was really feeling it, and was a big factor in that win last night.
Is it time for him to start?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. You hear these stories all the time. I think I think Penny Hardaway has talked about it a little bit with Sincere Parker. Some guys it's just sitting there and kind of getting the feel for the game, seeing it play out, and then getting out there. Really helps them. So maybe I don't know if Sincere Parker is that guy. He certainly has thrived off the bench. But yeah, I mean when you have that type of game, I think you're certainly a starting caliber player, and I think Sincere Parker absolutely is. But it feels like Penny Hardaway has found a starting lineup that he really likes to use, going with that 5 for the 3rd straight game last night. So yeah, I'll be curious to see what Sunday looks like if we see Sincere Parker in that starting 5 or if he remains on the bench.
Last night, great win, and now can back it up Sunday and try to get on that roll we've been begging for.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. This is a Charlotte team that has played well in conference play. They're coming off a loss, so they're certainly going to be hungry for to get back to their winning ways. And then you turn around after that against Charlotte, and it's 3 straight road games, 3 really tough road games. North Texas on the road, Utah State in that non-conference game, and then South Florida on the road. So it's not going to be easy, but certainly
go 2-1, and the 2 are the conference.
Man, yeah,
heck with Utah State.
Sure, and I think even that is going to be really tough. But if you enter that road trip with back-to-back wins, that certainly will build some confidence going out on the road.
What was the issue with Ashton Hardaway last night?
I know he's listed as questionable. I don't know. We'll certainly ask Jason Munns about that. I don't know. The thing I hate about I guess I like that we have the availability report. I hate that it only comes out a couple hours before game time. And we were talking with Jason Munns either last week or the week before, and he was kind of explaining to us the availability report and how they have to give the names way before the availability report, like talking about like days before the availability report, or at least a day before the availability report comes out. So I don't love it, but nothing's listed. Like we know with the Grizzlies, you get the injury or illness or whatever listed with it. With this, you just get questionable or out for the game. So I don't know the exact reason. I never saw anybody post the exact reason for Ashton Hardaway, but was listed as questionable. Zach Davis, on the other hand, who did not play, was not listed on the availability report. So at least that would lead me to believe some sort of injury maybe with Ashton Hardaway. With Zach Davis, on the other hand, maybe back to kind of that doghouse conversation.
If UAB makes free throws, that game's there to be lost. Still way too much fouling, just cannot play without fouling.
Yeah, I know Andy Kennedy talked about that after the game. They go out there and shoot 60% from the free throw line, 21 for 35. So certainly, you go 80% from the free throw line, and it's a much different game. But I mean, if they could have done anything in the half court offensively, this is a much closer game. That game, when you talk about having a guy come off the bench and score 40 points and still multiple times throughout that game, it looked like the Tigers were going to run away with it, and then UAB would keep it close. A lot of that had to do with turnovers. Tigers turned the ball over 16 times. I mentioned UAB did a nice job with those points off turnovers. UAB, we talked about, for the lack of size they have, grabbed 39 rebounds, 16 of those rebounds on the offensive offensive glass, and they turned a lot of those into second chance points. So the UAB really thrived in chaos last night to keep that game pretty close. But Tigers get that double-digit win, a 10-point win on the road, and now they'll return home, and we'll see what they can do against Charlotte. But the biggest story outside of the game last night was Hassan Abdul-Hakim, who missed a third straight game now with an illness. And before the game on the radio broadcast, Penny Hardaway talking about the illness to Hassan Abdul-Hakim, saying that he has heard from him, but they have not seen him since the loss against Wichita State. Said that he tried to get him to come into the facility and have the team doctor evaluate him and try to figure out what this illness is, but that Hassan Abdul-Hakim said he was too ill to come up to the facility. So now we're talking about 2 weeks with this, and not sure what's going on there with Hassan Abdul-Hakim.
We laughed about the Jordan Brown stuff.
Yeah.
This is past funny, isn't it? Don't we have to be a little more candid?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what's going on. I would love to hear or know what's going on behind the scenes.
I mean, do we need to send Health and Human Services?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We need to call 911.
I don't know what's going on with this.
If I'm a parent out there, I'm thinking, if you're this cavalier about somebody maybe being this ill, I don't know if I won't mind playing for you.
Yeah, well, and again, like, who knows? Like, I have no idea. Is he in Memphis? Is he back at home? Is he where is he, and kind of what's going on? Is this an illness? Is this kind of another Jordan Brown situation? I would love to know kind of what's going on behind the scenes and what goes into this, because we're talking about 2 weeks. It feels like there would be some point where you're not feeling too bad where you can go and see a doctor and at least try to figure out what's going on.
All right, we had this dance with Jordan Brown. How longer can Penny play? He's sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, this is now 2 weeks. Wichita State was January 24th. It's February 6th. I think you've got the game against Charlotte, and then you're on the road. When is that game against North Texas? North Texas is a Thursday. So I would say next Thursday, if we're still saying Hassan Abdul-Hakim is sick, then that's when I think we say there's no way he's still sick. Because that would be then 3 weeks that we've been playing this game with him. So I don't know, and that's the thing where if this is a Jordan Brown situation, if this is something, does Penny Hardaway continue like he did with Jordan Brown? Did you say, hey, he's sick, he's we're hoping to get him back, hopefully we'll have him back at some point, or do we get to a point where he says, hey, Hassan Abdul-Hakim's no longer with the team, and leave it at that? I don't know where this goes, and I don't even really know where it's at right now with him. So it feels like a lot of unknown with him, and we'll definitely ask Jason Munns about it when he joins us at 5 o'clock and kind of get his thoughts on things, because that certainly was the big story, and it really felt like last night was the night of, okay, this feels different than just a player sick.
Yeah.
And so we'll see where it goes from here. But let's go ahead and wrap up this first hour, get to a break, and when we return, we're going to talk some more wagering. Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insider and CBS Sports, he joins us next.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Winton Road.
Napa Cafe celebrates 28 years in 2026.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet piquilla peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finish with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes. Or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger-buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. We can't wait to serve you.
Come join in and celebrate 28 years of Napa Cafe in 2026.
Your Memphis Tigers men's basketball team returns to FedEx Forum for an American Conference matchup Sunday, February 8th at 1 o'clock as the Tigers welcome Charlotte. Join us for Superhero Day and arrive early as the first 1,000 fans will receive a cape and a superhero mask. Get your tickets now by visiting GoTigersGo.com/tickets for more information or to grab your seats today. Go Tigers Go!
Join NFL and Ole Miss football legend Archie Manning for an evening of inspiring stories on leadership, perseverance, and greatness. Don't miss Archie Manning at the Heindel Center in Senatobia, Mississippi on Friday, February 20th. Tickets are on sale now at heindelcenter.org.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawald Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawald is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Cranking it pretty good out here now on all the major outbound routes. It's building down through the Midtown area, pretty much on schedule right now on 240 South at South Parkway. I-40 still looking good over here at the moment. Coming past Warford, headed over towards White Station. Just watch a little bit of radar scattered down I-40 throughout certain parts of Fayette County. Hey, Valentine's Day, it's going to be here next week, so hurry over to Weimer's Jewelry this weekend and shop local, located 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, with Dave Woloshin, weekday mornings from 10 to 11. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
In dreams, right from death, it seems when she sleeps, she's free, merry-go-round.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Brian and Brett with you as we start our second hour. Hey, we figured it out. We're getting
that's another reason why my going is ending.
That's understandable. Mobile tickets and Brett Norsworthy don't go great with each other, but we got it figured out.
In the Cold War, I would have been great. I couldn't have divulged any bombing code.
Yeah, no,
that was too dumb.
That's right. Nothing. No secrets would have gotten out from you. That's for sure. But we got to talk some more wagering. Obviously, the Super Bowl on Sunday, so let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get to Bruce Marshall.
Joining the guys every Friday is college football historian and Vegas legend Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insiders, CBS Sports, and his own website, bamsports.net. With over 30 years on Memphis radio, with handicapping and sports talk, here's Bruce Marshall with Bryant and Brett.
Bruce Marshall joins us now to talk all things wagering from Vegas Insider and CBS Sports. Bruce, thanks so much for joining us. Obviously, all eyes on Super Bowl 60 on Sunday, the Seahawks and the Patriots. So let's jump right into that game. The Seahawks right now, a 4.5-point favorite. The total 45.5. What are you liking for the big game?
Yeah, I came to my conclusion pretty early here, Bryant, which is a little bit different than some recent Super Bowls, but I was right on Seattle right from the start. Now, I could be wrong, obviously, or wrong sometimes, but I didn't even hesitate on this one. Interestingly, from what I'm hearing, the spread has stayed right there at 4.5 since maybe like the day or two after the conference championship games. There's a split, a little bit move up to Seattle right at the outset there, and it's kind of stayed. I'm hearing that there's a lot more volume coming in on Seattle, though they haven't seen fit to move the number any. It's above a semi-key number at 4, so at 4.5. Not quite 3 is 0, but you do see 4s sometimes come into play. But anyway, for what that's worth, my whole thing with New England here is, and I totally respect what Vrabel has done, and they deserve to be here, even as they are effectively, the last team standing in the AFC. Well, obviously they are, but I mean, as the odd confluence of factors this season in the AFC, and how the contenders in the conference just seem to kind of collapse around the Patriots for a variety of reasons. But, Kansas City and Cincinnati and Baltimore, all missed the playoffs this year. Quarterback injuries, all of them. Mahomes hurt, though that was late in the year, but still that sort of was the final nail in the coffin for the Chiefs. Joe Burrow missed a big chunk of the season. Lamar Jackson missed a significant time, was never the same when he got back. How about Daniel Jones in Indianapolis, which was the best team in the AFC up to midseason? Once he got hurt, that whole dynamic changed. And the way the schedule worked out, again, it's not New England's fault. I mean, you just play who's in front of you. But my goodness, and I know they won all their road games, but it was a diet of Jets and Dolphins and Titans and Saints. And
barely winning.
Yeah, and they had some struggles in some of those. And even in the and catching these breaks, including Denver without Knicks in the AFC title game, they hit the Bengals the week before Burrow came back. I mean, it just seems to keep falling in place. They played the NFC South as their interconference matchups this year. Obviously, that's who you want to play. This year, the South was rather weak. The winning team, the winner of the division, had a sub-500 record. They weren't playing the West. They weren't playing the North. And one more. I mean, they add one more non-conference game in there. And it wasn't the Rams or the Lions that New England drew. It was the Giants in a game at home. Everything just fell so bloody perfect for this team. And again, give them credit for taking advantage. It's not, they didn't make up the schedule, just, playing who's in front of them, and they won them all. But I don't think any of that carries over to Sunday. And let me make a couple other points here about Drake May. He has not had a great playoffs. We mentioned this briefly last week. I don't downgrade him for not putting up great stats at Denver. That conditions there were more for the Iditarod than football. And he did make a couple of runs out of the pocket that ended up being key plays in that game. But you got 3 playoff games. He's got barely 500 yards passing. He's been sacked 5 times in each game. His pocket presence looked very shaky in the first 2 rounds against the Chargers and Texans. 6 fumbles? And again, they caught breaks. The Chargers and Texans both had offensive line injuries. The Chargers in particular had running back problems. I mean, they were very vulnerable coming in. So, I mean, just everything has broken New England's way. And May hasn't had to do much, but I don't think any of those dynamics will line up the same on Sunday. This is going to be totally different for New England. And everything's conspired to get them here, but this matchup doesn't suggest they can get it over the line. I don't see it. I'm on Seattle. I put a score 27-15 on it. Wow. I don't think they're going to have much trouble.
I have the same 27 for Seattle, but I'm going to wait a little while to give my other side of it for New England. I don't even think it's 15. I think it's a under, and I think it's a pretty ho-hummer, pretty boring Super Bowl. We had that last year. We were in a great run of Super Bowls. If Sam Darnold, no, better than that. I think Drake May is the worst Patriot starting quarterback in a Super Bowl since Tony Eason. Bledsoe and Tom Brady, infinitely better. I know just in his second year, but he's only in a Tony Eason league right now for me.
I agree. And not even, Grogan came in after Eason in that Super Bowl Shuffle Bear game.
And
I wouldn't even put him on Grogan's level.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. I mean, listen, May came a lot faster this year than we thought, but these playoff shows. I mean, it was the Charger and Texans games. I mean, if you're a New England fan, you got to say, what's going on here? He didn't look good at all in those games, and again, it's easy to look good against playing the Jets a couple of times, the Giants. I mean, who they were playing, the Titans, and who they were beating up during the year. And he did perform well, and I know he's in the MVP race, but this is totally different. You're not facing a team that's got a ton of injuries or without its quarterback, or this team is legit. And I think really the Super Bowl was last week, or the NFC title game. The Rams Seahawks were the two best teams this year, and the winner of that game, I think, is destined to win this thing, and I think that's Seattle, and that will finally give them some revenge on 11 years ago, because I know there's some Seahawks fans who are still mad about that game down in Glendale,
and they should
that Russell Wilson pick.
They're sitting there to go back to back and maybe really create a whole different dynasty around that franchise, and instead just gift wrapped it to New England for the Malcolm Butler pick, and they were one play away from just letting him score.
Yes, and again, there's still people saying just hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch, score. They weren't going to stop him, and and it's interesting how Russell Wilson's career sort of went downhill from there too. Seattle never got back to that height, and it cost them a chance at back-to-back. So maybe a little bit of that little chance to reverse that, a little feel good for the Seahawks. They can't get that game back 11 years ago, but this would help a bit if they could win.
If Sam Darnold wins, is he among the least best winning Super Bowl quarterbacks ever? Does he enter Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson and Jeff Hostetler category?
Perhaps. I think we'll have to wait and see how he performs. Some of those guys didn't have to do too much in their Super Bowls.
Dilfer did nothing.
Mostly, he's handing off to O.J. Anderson in that game. Dilfer let the defense roll. Brad Johnson didn't have to do a heck of a lot. He didn't play too badly. Darnold, though, I think this is an interesting story with him, and the fact that the way Seattle remade the quarterback spot this year. I mean, they're not paying funny money, Mahomes-like money for Darnold, but they thought, a modest investment in a quarterback they thought was an upgrade over Geno, and thank Pete Carroll for working so hard to get Geno Smith out of there to Las Vegas. And Darnold has been a bit of an upgrade. Now, his doubters were there at the end of last season in Minnesota after he had that really good, surprisingly good year for the Vikings when he took McCarthy's place. But it kind of imploded on him in the last regular season game versus Detroit, and then the playoff game versus the Rams. And he had some ups and downs this year. 20 giveaways was the most by any NFL quarterback. I mean, 14 picks, 6 fumbles. But he also has shined in the playoffs. Mostly last week. Didn't have to do much against the 49ers, but last week, that was spectacular. Almost 400 yards, 3 touchdown passes, no picks. He's had no picks, 2 postseason games, and I think that's what Seattle fans were worried about, and maybe now they're not worried as much. So Darnold depends on his performance Sunday. Maybe he ends up ranked above some of those guys. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. I know a lot of people here locally talking about the local product. Kenneth Walker, the running back from Seattle, played high school at Arlington. How much do you think he will be a factor Sunday against New England's defense?
Oh, he's a big factor, and a little bit more now since Charbonnet's been out. Mm-hmm. But you can get by with one good back. It's nice to have two, but he's certainly capable, and he's been a big part of that offense this year, and he's been able to run, and he's a little underrated like he was at college at Wake and Michigan State, where he really started, and now he's really been productive for Seattle, and he's a big part of that offense. And New England, Henderson hardly touched the ball against Denver. It was mostly Stevenson, so I'm not sure they have their full 2-back complement as usual, but Walker's good enough, and I think Seattle will make it won't be easy to run on New England. New England is tough, so he'll have to fight for his yards, but they'll be fine with Walker.
Bruce, you have never been that big on the props. Any that grab you?
There's a couple. My one warning is be careful. I've been around too many people who bet 10, 12, 15 props. They've all bet them over. It's a hard way to watch a game. If you're just worried about props, it is harder to watch a game with people who have bet on 12 or 15 props because they're yelling on every play. So anyway, but there are a couple I would look at here. One, and look for it's a prop. I mean, have a little fun with it. We mentioned, or we might have mentioned, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, he is spectacular. MVP for the Super Bowl, he's being priced at like plus 550. Now, Darnold and May are the top two choices. But like you, Brett, I'm still wondering if Darnold plays well, are they really going to give him the MVP, or is it going to be because Smith and Jigba is just so good?
Yeah,
and
they didn't give it to O.J. Anderson or to Trent Dilfer. Or they gave it to O.J. Anderson, not Jeff Hostetler, and they did not give it to Trent Dilfer.
Right, and there's been the first Super Bowl, Max McGee.
Mm-hmm. Should have won.
The last Patriots Super Bowl they won, it was Edelman. It was not Brady. So you can see a receiver being that, and I think there's really good value. And I usually haven't said that about an MVP prop in the Super Bowl, but this one I will. I would go with him on that prop. He's also the lowest priced guy to score an anytime touchdown, so that gives you an idea there. Everybody's keeping an eye on him. The other one might be, here's another prop. The last 2 minutes of the game, for no scoring in the last 2 minutes of the second half, for no scoring, you get like a plus 300. If the game goes as I expect, and that's the one thing about props, sort of play out the game in your mind and then build any props you want to do on how you think the game is going to proceed. Well, I could see Seattle in control of this game and maybe just taking knees the last 2 minutes of the game. And I don't expect New England to score a lot, and I think the game will be wrapped up before then. And I'm going to say a no on scoring in the last 2 minutes of the second half, and that would get you a plus 300, and I think that's pretty decent value.
Mm-hmm. Bruce, you attended Super Bowl I, the first Super Bowl, inaugural Super Bowl at the L.A. Coliseum. 59 Super Bowls later, can you believe it's grown into this?
Hard to believe, but actually it didn't take long for it to get here. And I think it was big from the start.
That's a great point. It really was.
It really was.
Namath made it.
Yeah, it was just because in January '67 we were still 12 years in front of ESPN coming around. We didn't, social media and all that. But the media outlets of the day, local newspapers, which were huge then, TV news, national news at night, magazines, and I'm talking about Life and Look and Time and all them, they were all talking about the Super Bowl. And yes, they did call it the Super Bowl, even though it wasn't its official name. Mm-hmm. So it was big from the start. And I try to tell people who ask me about all that, people who weren't there, they weren't born in January '67. Oh, what? Don't you know it wasn't called the Super Bowl? Oh, yes, it was. The media called it the Super Bowl. It just took 3 years for them to officially change the name. Second, why wasn't it a sellout at the Coliseum? Well, they didn't announce the venue of the game. First of all, they didn't even announce the merger happened the July previous. And there was still some question if there was even going to be a World Championship game after the season started. It took until late November before they finally said it's going to be at the Coliseum in L.A. And there's a bunch. I mean, they had New Orleans, they had Rice Stadium in Houston, they had the Rose Bowl even as possible venues. But you had about a 6, maybe 7 week run-up where you even knew where the game was going to be. And they drew over 61,000, including me. We had Rams tickets back then, so it was a natural that we went. But there was a loosely organized, but nonetheless effective boycott among LA area fans at the Super Bowl blackout, the NFL blackout rule of the day. And that was a huge story. And a lot of people were so mad at the NFL, they just said, the heck with it. Now, other people put coat hangers on their TV antennas, so you could pick up the signal from Santa Barbara or San Diego where they were showing the game. So some people worked around it that way, or some people drove to Santa Barbara or San Diego. But there were some reasons why they didn't fill the Coliseum up. It does not mean the game wasn't a big deal. It was a huge deal from the start. I think it went into the stratosphere after Joe Namath fell. And ever since then, it's been like it's been almost 60 years. That's what, 57 years ago now.
Bruce, when did baseball know we've got something bigger than the World Series?
Oh, when did baseball realize it? I think by the Super Bowl they sort of realized it.
By the first one, they knew that was going to be the big thing in sport.
Yeah, I think they realized that from after the Colts-Giants 58 overtime game in the NFL championship. And the TV ratings from then just started to grow for the NFL, and the monopoly for baseball started to go away. Also, horse racing, too. Horse racing was huge. And that's a whole different subject, but I mean, that sort of fell down by the wayside, too, as the NFL took over. The Super Bowl, though, was the final catalyst to catapult the NFL to the top of the mountain.
Interesting. Talking to Bruce Marshall, he joins us every Friday to talk some wagering. We talked a lot about the Super Bowl, obviously trade deadline yesterday for the NBA, some games tonight, obviously games tomorrow night. Anything you like tonight over in the NBA?
Yeah, I might as well ride the Knicks here as long as they keep winning. I mean, it's 8 in a row, wins and covers, since that clear the air team meeting they had before the Nets game a few weeks ago. And they won that by 54 points, and it's been nonstop since. Now, Alvarado, who may end up helping them, guard from the Pelicans, won't play tonight. That was really their only significant ad at the deadline, but Cat is questionable tonight, so is Anunoby. A little worried about that, but just go with these guys. I know Detroit's good. Detroit has not been covering games too consistently. You're getting 4 points, so I might look at the Knicks there. I'm interested, maybe even in the Grizzlies tonight, who haven't been playing that bad. They haven't been getting. They got a couple wins here now, which is good. They're going to Portland tonight. The offense is working good. I continue to maintain they're better off without John Morant there. Some of these moves they've made in the last week, eventually, we'll see how it works out. But they're playing fairly good. And, Portland, you got to lay 9.5. That looks a lot. I might take Memphis tonight.
I like that. Were you surprised that John Morant wasn't moved before the trade deadline?
No, I wasn't. I think there's some baggage with him I thought somebody might take a risk. Let me put it like that. So I was a little surprised that nobody bid. But right now, you have to wonder, as a high usage player who's sort of already in his career, sort of wobbling a bit. He's been injury prone. We've got these off court things. He's a distraction.
He's not that good.
I just don't think a lot of teams want to risk it. They don't need it. So they will address this in the summer.
And $287 million.
Yeah, I mean, is he worth it to have around? I don't know. I don't think they're any worse without him. That's for sure.
Anything you like tonight in college basketball? I know a more limited schedule tonight, but anything that jumps out to you?
I'm looking at this. I think UConn will probably get St. John's tonight. I know that people think this might be the spot where UConn would fall, but it's a short price. I know they're at Madison Square Garden, but UConn looks like sort of a machine here to me, and only a few efforts this year from St. John's if I thought would have got them over the hump. So I think probably UConn, even though I don't like voting for UConn. In the Ivy League tonight, watch this Yale. Yale's a good team this year, and they've had some good teams in the past. And they got a good fight with Harvard at the top of the league. They're playing Brown. They beat them by 17. Providence earlier. I mean, Yale has some offense here, and they are off a loss to Harvard. I'm sorry, so they'll come back. Brown is at the bottom of the Ivy. I'd lay points with Yale tonight against Brown.
You're singing Bryant's song, Yale and Brown on a Friday night, Bruce.
Yeah, I know. I'm digging deep in the barrel for that one.
Single favorite Super Bowl performer all time, player in the game, moment, your favorite one.
Namath.
That's a good one.
Because what he did.
And wagging that number one, running off. That was game, set, and match, wasn't it?
It was. And if you look back, you think, his stats weren't all that super great, but I mean, he controlled that game.
Yeah, he really shouldn't have been MVP, but the league at that time, they had to put everything on him.
Matt Snell should have probably been the MVP of that game. But, I mean, it was just so cool. And just how it happened, because it was New York, because it was Namath.
Because it was Miami, too. That was a good backdrop.
Yes, Miami was a great backdrop. I mean, I can remember watching Ed Sullivan that night after the game, and I think he was actually doing the show in Las Vegas, maybe. Circus had just opened up, and he mentioned, Joe Namath and the Jets. It was so big, and I think that just catapulted this thing. And there's been so many, performances and this and that throughout. But Namath is the one who really made this thing into the stratosphere.
Yeah, well, it's going to be fun on Sunday. Bruce, before we let you go, how can we find more of you?
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Check me out online at the old standbys. Not much going on this weekend. We just got NBA, and we'll have some more college hoops tomorrow. NHL is off for 3 weeks with the Olympic break. So, VegasInsider.com. Check me out also at CBS Sportsline, Sportsline.com, and picks with a different twist up at winnersandwhiners.com, picksandparlays.com.
Bruce, as always, enjoy. Yeah, enjoy. It's going to be fun on Sunday, and we'll talk with you again next Friday.
Have a good week, boys. Thank you.
Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you. Your favorite Super Bowl moment so far in your life?
That's a good question. Wow. Off the top of my head,
30 years since your Cowboys won it all.
Well, yeah, I was about to say it can't be anything with Dallas. Oh, man, you're going to have to give me some time to think about that one. I had nothing that...
Vinatieri kicks do anything for you? He's going in the Hall of Fame. Mine's easy.
What's yours?
Either of Eli's.
I was about to say, honestly, Eli over the Patriots.
That pass to Mario Manningham that the sports science guy, John Brinkus, did the breakdown on. It was a window for him to throw it into about the size of a dime.
Wow. Yeah, no, that game...
a football inside a dime is hard to do.
Yeah. I would say either... I don't know. Aaron Rodgers' Super Bowl was good. I love that one.
Yeah.
It might be that one for me.
And I thought he was on his way to 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, and only that one. But I would say his Super Bowl is probably my favorite.
Vinatieri's kicks have been big.
They've been huge.
No Patriot fan am I.
No, certainly not. Certainly not.
Had to recognize.
Oh, absolutely.
Clutch.
Absolutely. And I mean, he was big, and they had a lot of big. They had a lot of guys that stepped up.
MVPs of Super Bowl 1, 2, and 3. Star 1 and 2. Name of the Super Bowl 3 from Alabama.
Oh wow, interesting. So yeah, we'll see who the MVP this year is. We've got a couple options. We want to bet on them.
Never been a USC quarterback MVP because this is the first time one has started.
Right. Maybe
been a USC MVP though in Marcus Allen.
Oh, interesting. So Allen likes Darnold for MVP. Bruce Marshall likes Jackson Smith and Jigba for MVP. I don't mind sprinkling a little bit on both of those because that feels like if they're connecting a lot and Seattle wins, it could be one of those two winning MVP.
And on the MVP front, one of my favorite nuggets, the only MVP on a losing team, Chuck Howley for the Cowboys in Super Bowl 4. Why didn't they vote Jim O'Brien, who kicked the winning field goal? Yeah, they didn't like kickers.
That's true. Yeah, but kickers is definitely
on a losing team, a linebacker.
Yeah, well, hey, I guess congratulations to him. It's fun. You said it before the show started. I'd like to, if I ever see a Super Bowl trivia, I'm taking you with me because I think we would win.
I'm taking me and you and Bruce Marshall.
I think we would.
I think we win.
I think we would absolutely win. But let's go ahead and get to another break. When we return, we've got to talk about the Grizzlies. The general manager spoke earlier today. They've also got a game later tonight in Portland against the Trailblazers. We'll talk all of that next on Sports Time.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
The best I-dos start with Sissy's Blue. Discover bridal jewelry worthy of your big day at Sissy's Log Cabin, along with our spectacular experience that comes with our promise of exceptional quality, service, and brilliant natural diamonds. Experience our expansive selection when you stop by any of our 7 locations or shop online at sissyslogcabin.com. Find your perfect engagement ring only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Do you know what Penny Hardaway and I have in common? We should both be in that building celebrating the best basketball players of all time. Of course, I'll have to buy a ticket to get in, but he should already be there. But seriously, we both surround ourselves with the best people we can find. We work hard to achieve our goals, and we are both among the best in our respective fields. At Fiveash, we can't win titles or get national awards, but what we can and do strive to do is give 100% of ourselves to give you the best product possible and one you can be proud of. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call at 901-367-0050, and we will do everything we can to provide you the best of everything. Fiveash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
When you want your favorite drink without the big box hassle, you need City Center Liquor in Lakeland, your locally owned shop for wine, spirits, beer, and all your tobacco needs. With a friendly staff that knows their stuff, you'll get great recommendations, fast service, and the hometown feel you love. So whether you're stocking up for the weekend or on the hunt for something new to try, City Center Liquor has you covered. City Center Liquor, 9774 Shady Village Lane, just off Highway 70 in Lakeland. Local, friendly, and always fully stocked. For a 5% discount, tell them Sports 56 sent you. Maria's Cantina in South Haven is not your average Tex-Mex joint because they're serving up Mexican with a twist. Maria's Scratch Kitchen is the most creative and diverse menu around. Beyond the traditional huge quesadillas, chimichangas, and fajitas, Maria serves up hand-rolled Latin egg rolls, Cajun and Creole items like catfish, gumbo, and boudin balls, as well as the best sandwiches and 8-ounce burgers in town. Wash it all down with a house margarita for only $5.50 and happy hour every day till 6. MariasCantina.com, 6717 Airways, Mexican with a twist. This traffic report brought to you by City Center Liquor just off Highway 70 in Lakeland. Local, friendly, and always fully stocked. For a 5% discount, tell them Sports 56 sent you.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Trying to clear up this wreck on 240 eastbound over here at Mill Branch. At one point, it had traffic really slow. It's moving a little bit better. Just a lot of volume over here on this side of town on 240 east at Mill Branch as they clear up that crash. Traffic has increased also through the Midtown area. They're on 240 southbound at South Parkway. Valentine's Day, hey, it'll be here before you know it. Shop this weekend at Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
When you hear the sound of coming, hear the drums drumming, I want you to join together with the band.
Don't look now, Brett, but the Grizzlies are hot. 2-game win streak.
I'm ready.
How about that? Bruce likes them plus 9.5 tonight. They're rolling.
Do we want to win?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Especially not against Portland, because Portland's ahead of us in the in the standings. So I'd be fine with you just won 2 games in a row. I'd be fine with the reverse and lose back.
I don't like being here, but we're here.
We're here. You gotta accept it.
Now I can't be the last May blow it up guy and not like being here too much.
That's true. You wanted the whole season of this.
Because what did you think it was going to look like?
Exactly. So yeah, I mean it's these are 2 teams. Portland, they're in play-in right now. How much do they want to be there? We'll see what it looks like tonight. But we will get to see the new pieces tonight, which will be fun. At least both Taylor Hendricks I think all of them are available.
Yeah,
and I need to pull up the Grizzlies PR because I've referenced it a couple times. I don't know what it is.
I saw Kyle Anderson. They said uniform was going to be number 2. We got a problem because Ty Jerome's uniform number 2.
Ty Jerome is uniform number 2.
We can't have twos at the scores table.
Can't have 2 twos.
Boy, it is epidemic around college basketball now. Used to, everything was 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So the ref at the scores table, foul on number 1-5 or 1-4. What you didn't have 6. I saw a game the other night. 4 of the 5 players on the court were number 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
The Olympics used to always have uniform numbers like that.
Is that right?
They rarely had the the traditional style. I think at Barcelona Dream Team, I think Jordan wore the uniform number 9.
I think that's right.
And I want to say Magic wore something goofy, not 32.
No, definitely not 32. Yeah, no, but you're right. The jerseys in college basketball now, it doesn't matter at all.
We've lost.
It's going
but
crazy.
That's not that big a deal.
No.
I mean, you can go for the scores table and go foul on number 7.
Exactly.
And we all understand.
It's very easy to comprehend. So it looks like, based on what the Grizzlies posted last night, it looks like Walter Clayton Jr. is going to wear number 4. Taylor Hendricks is going to wear 22. And Kyle
Rudy
Anderson,
Gay's number.
That's right, and Desmond Bane's number. So I saw some people thinking it was a little too soon to give away 22.
I bet so.
But and then Kyle Anderson going to wear number 5. So Kyle Anderson, he is listed as questionable tonight against Portland.
Number 5.
Illness.
What did he wear last Grizzlies run? I don't remember.
I cannot remember.
I'm told Olympics were always like 1 through 13 for some reason.
Interesting. Yeah, that's
Kyle Anderson was 1. Uniform number 1.
Number 1.
Thank you, Lane.
All right, yeah.
I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, I couldn't.
I got too much Super Bowl in my head.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
the disc is
even if it wasn't the Super Bowl,
the dial-up is full.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And you know I'm working off dial-up.
Yeah, so he was number 2 in Utah. He's worn a lot of different numbers. It's been a lot of 1. He wore 5 for a season with the Timberwolves. He is 20 with the Heat, 2 with the Jazz. And then now he'll wear number 5 with the Grizzlies. Tonight, Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark, Zach Edey, Eric Gordon, who they ended up since then have bought out, have waived. Ty Jerome out tonight, and John Morant. So really the only 2 new guys on the out, Santi Aldama, Ty Jerome. We will not see those guys tonight. Questionable tonight. I mentioned Kyle Anderson with an illness. Scottie Pippen Jr. We could see Scottie Pippen Jr. tonight coming off of that toe injury. So could obviously not going to see Ty Jerome, but could see Scottie Pippen Jr. tonight against Portland.
His dad was part of Dream Team '92.
That's right.
The original Dream Team.
That's exactly right.
Are we to where full conspiracies are out there with having? I think people are filling in the blanks because of the lease not being signed. We had the questioner today that I applaud him. I wasn't going to do it, but I think I'm glad it was done. Is the rebuild for here or somewhere else?
Yeah.
Are we to full conspiracy being out in public?
I don't know if I would say conspiracy. I think certainly people are worried and nervous
Very good.
about it.
Not conspiracy, but a concern.
Sure.
A worry.
Yeah.
I had the reason why the blow up didn't happen last May. Because of Ja, you knew you could have a lot of season tickets,
absolutely,
a lot of suites and signage and all that stuff that really matters, and get one more out of him, and then get rid of him and do whatever they're going to do as a team.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a lot.
Until they sign that lease, we're going to keep having those concerns.
We are. And, no, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. I certainly didn't mind them giving it one more shot and trying to have another go at it, and make a move with Desmond and see what you could build around in the offseason and see what you could do this year. And then you get to the season and nobody's healthy and you never really get a good look at them.
More bad luck.
And it gets to the point where it's, okay, this is the time you need to hit that reset button and blow it up. And now we're seeing that, and we'll see how it plays out. But I think one of the takeaways, and I don't know if you took this away listening this morning to Zach Kleiman, it feels like in terms of the 2 young players that the Grizzlies got in that trade for Jaren Jackson Jr., very excited about what Walter Clayton Jr. could be. Maybe not as much as Taylor Hendricks. I heard him at least once, maybe twice, or at least read him talk about Walter Clayton Jr. Did not hear him or read him bringing up Taylor Hendricks at all. But we'll see him. He'll get run.
He did talk a lot about Walter Clayton, and I think very correct in ball handlers as rookies. They have to find their way.
I mean, it's tough. Certainly, any player coming into the league, it's tough. But when you're asked to be on the ball and be that initiator, it can be tough. And so,
Brian, you've got a great combo working today. Have you noticed that, Landon?
It's my Super Bowl, or I mean, not my Super Bowl, my Olympic fit.
You've got on the Toronto Maple Leaf sweater.
Which I questioned if should I wear it to fit with my Olympic, but it's Captain America, so we'll wear it.
We like Canada.
No, we hate Canada.
Oh, we do?
We hate Canada. I can't.
We're gonna be like that.
Brett, it's the
you want to make
Olympics.
them a 51st state?
Brett, it's the Olympics. I hate Canada.
Okay.
I want them to lose. I want the United States to beat them every single time by 1,000,000. But this is Austin Matthews. I don't know if he's the captain, but he's a big part of the United States Olympic hockey team. So
it's going to get ugly.
Rocking his jersey,
over the next 3 weeks.
I wish it's not. I mean,
we did last year over.
It was awesome.
Whatever that was.
Four Nations. It was great. It was beautiful. Now
until we lost, and then we acted like it didn't matter.
That's right. But the Olympics. Fighting strictly prohibited in Olympic hockey. So
is that right?
Yeah. So maybe they go against the rules, but because that's what happened last year. 4 Nations guys were literally just getting to the face-off circle, going, "You want to get some excitement going? Let's
teammates
let's
by
throw
day.
down. Exactly. Let's throw down here and get this place rocking." Not going to do that anymore.
Great hat, American flag, and the 5 rings, the ubiquitous 5 rings.
Yes, this is my Olympic hat.
Speaking of ubiquity. And big game Bobby Parris stock market up 1,200 today.
How about that?
To cross the 50,000 plateau. Ubiquity up $46 a share.
How about that?
To $622.33.
Wow.
So much for the allegations of war criminal.
Yeah. So that went away very quickly.
I mean,
so,
what's a war criminal among friends at Wall Street? Broad and Wall.
That's right. Yeah, they're not worried about that. So they're worried about the stocks and different things like that. So, but no, I am really excited to see both these guys, Walter Clayton and Taylor Hendricks tonight. I feel like we'll get a good look at both of them coming off the bench, and kind of see how they fit with this roster. Curious what the guard position will look like with Ty Jerome not going to play, but looks like a good chance Scottie Pippen Jr. could go. How much does he play? We know when Ty Jerome got in, there was a 20-minute restriction. What will that look like for Scottie Pippen? Probably around the same. So I am really excited for tonight's game. I'll be honest.
A nice young man that I did not know asked the question today and compared the small market status of us, and we are, to Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Oklahoma City making it worse for everybody in Smallville?
I don't know if they're making it worse. I mean, I think they're showing what you can do. You can because I think the Grizzlies are kind of trying to go down that route of stockpile all of these draft picks and then decide what you want to do with them. If you want to draft them, or do you want to trade them? Obviously, OKC's done a lot of the drafting with them, and they've hit on a lot of different guys. But I think kind of showing you like, hey, the small market team can run the league if you do it right. I guess it's hard to watch. I'm the rare person that I enjoy this Oklahoma City team, and I feel like that's very unpopular, but I love SGA. I think he's a phenomenal player. I like a lot of those other guys. I love Chet when he was at Gonzaga. So it's hard for me to dislike OKC and what they're doing over these last couple of years.
All right, I got a picture of the Dream Team in.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan did wear 9. Larry Bird, 7.
Wow.
John Stockton, so the numbering 1 through 13, his number 12, like in Utah.
I love that.
I bet he was about the only guy that had that.
I bet he is. That's that is
Scottie Pippen, 8.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, no, it's now it's free for all for jersey numbers. You can just be.
I saw a 99 in college basketball.
Yeah.
I saw 88.
Yeah.
We thought Rodman was nuts, and he was when he had number 91.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's whatever you want. I mean, then there's some weird jersey numbers out there, and some guys, I mean, they have the reasoning for why they want to have such weird jersey numbers.
Howard, when you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Does anybody ever go uniform number 3 digits?
No, I don't.
That ever be allowed?
No chance.
Old number 104.
No chance. No, absolutely no chance. That's one of those where I will lose my mind over that.
You would?
Yeah, no way.
I'm not ruling it out.
No way.
I'm really not.
I would lose it. I would feel the same that I feel about some of the things going on right now. If that happened.
Landers Ford, they are our title sponsor of this hour. They wish everyone to have a big time on Big Game Sunday. They're the number 1 Ford dealership in the Mid-South. Landers Ford, your trusted destination for a vehicle that fits any lifestyle, any price point. They can take care of you. Seamless shopping experience, from vehicle choice to financing and service, from the Ford Escape, the adventurous Bronco, the rugged F-150, every vehicle built Ford tough to their high standard. The Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck. SUVs like the Ford Expedition, Ford Explorer, the Ford Escape, the Ford Bronco, EVs, hybrids, and the transparency, the professionalism, and long-term support and friendship that you will get at Landers Ford in Collierville. Oil changes, go online and schedule when it suits you the best. Tires rotated, same thing. It'll be done quickly to meet your very busy schedule. Landers Ford, active in our community in Collierville at 2082 West Poplar Avenue, or online at landersfordmemphis.com. If it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
Let's get to another break. When we return, it'll be time for Big Number of the Day.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis has serious vans for serious work. At 4430 American Way, they are the Mid-South source for cargo, passenger, crew vans, and custom chassis. Need one or a full fleet? New or used? They've got it with fleet solutions and custom upfits. Certified techs keep you moving with fast maintenance, repairs, and a large parts inventory. Mercedes-Benz Van Center is your Sprinter Van headquarters. 901-237-9302 or sprintervans.com. Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis, part of the Tag Truck Center family, driven to keep you on the road. To NST, it's never just another case. It's your shot at getting life back on track. Real help, real heart. 35 years and still winning. NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000 or go online at nstlaw.com.
Since 1948, in the alley, the Rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on in the Rendezvous?
Brett, after 76 years, we've decided to expand our product line. Anyone who's tasted our ribs is familiar with our vinegar base. It's now available in a 32-ounce jar. It's so good to base or marinate all meats. I even put a little bit on turnip greens. Something we've been using at the restaurant or at our house has been the Greek seasoning. My father was a cook, but my mother was a chef, and she was the one that put Greek seasoning on everything from a Mediterranean diet or a steak. My mom used it on soup, salad, veggies, fish, any meats. It's a great seasoning and a flavor enhancer. My brother Nick figured out salt and pepper was more than just McCormick's and Morton's. He's come up with a perfect blend we use to coat our shoulders and our brisket, and he used to make it for his friends as Christmas gifts, and they loved it. All these products are available at the Rendezvous or online for shipping as gifts and in many grocery stores. And if they're not in your favorite grocery store, ask your grocer to stock it.
A beloved family affair and still going strong since 1948, the Rendezvous.
Missing your Grizz? Get down to a Memphis Hustle game tonight for everyone's favorite theme night, Hustle and Hound. Bring your dog to the game and watch the hustle and exciting G League action. The team will be wearing special jerseys featuring fan-submitted dog photos. The game-worn jerseys will be auctioned off following the game. Grab your tickets today at memphishustle.com.
Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant, objective feedback with hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 Cordova, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-size courts, 3 high school-size courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And yes, you can become a member at both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent, NBA player, or looking for a unique workout, all skill levels are welcome at Shoot 360 Memphis to learn proper shooting and passing techniques, improve fundamentals, and gain a competitive edge while having fun. Shoot 360 Memphis, now in Cordova and Collierville. Call them today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
The Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. It's a rematch with the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara.
Sunday, February 8th, complete coverage of the big game is on Westwood One. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham. Join Kevin Harlan, Kurt Warner, Laura Oakman, Gene Steratore, Ryan Harris, and me for all the action right here.
Catch it all right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Big Daddy.
Hello, Big Brand. It's a guy, he wants to be big, then he gets big, he doesn't want to be big anymore, then he gets small, but the suit's too big.
Big Daddy.
The big boy.
You're a big guy. I think she's trying to pull a fast one on Big Daddy.
The big number of the day.
All right, Brett, I think because it's Super Bowl Friday, we should switch things up a little bit. Have you go first.
I almost gave it away a little bit earlier, but my big number is 98. There have been 98 different players to attempt a pass in a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Never been a kicker, never been a punter. We've had wide receivers. We've had running backs. We've had backup quarterbacks. We had Sam Havrilak attempt to pass. We've had a bunch. Joe Mixon had a halfback pass a few years ago, I think for a touchdown for the Bengals. We've had a bunch of different players. We've had named players, of course, like Brady and Montana and Manning to attempt to pass. But we've had Gary Kubiak, dad of Clint, attempt passes. We had Gary Quazzo with Minnesota. We've had Tony Banks. But on Sunday, we feel certain the two starters will make it 100, don't we?
Yeah, no, I definitely think so.
But there have been Super Bowl 20, Bears in New England. You had two different Patriots attempt passes, starter Tony Eason and Bruce mentioned Steve Grogan. You had starter for the Bears in Jim McMahon and backup Steve Fuller, who played most of the fourth quarter in that route.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think certainly a very interesting quarterback battle.
Babe Parilli even attempted a pass in Super Bowl III. Namath got nicked up and had to come out for two plays, and one of the two was a Babe Parilli attempted pass.
Interesting. Yes, and that's always a fun one. You can go and bet of how many different players throw a pass in the game.
Impress your buddies at Super Bowl parties by mentioning Sam Havrilak.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that will.
That'll do it, won't it?
That'll get the party going, right?
Yeah, that will. That'll take it to a different level.
You definitely won't get a bunch of, especially if it was me doing it to my friends.
That's when the tequila shots start, when you mention Sam Havrilak.
You definitely won't get a bunch of blank looks. That is for certain. Well, we had the NFL awards last night, so my big number comes from that. It is the number 37. Last night, Matthew Stafford was named the league MVP. He is 37 years old. He also said he's going to come back next season for another year, which was certainly big news for the Rams. But at 37 years old, he joins a couple of other players as the oldest first-time MVPs in MLB, NBA, NFL, and NHL history. He actually becomes the third oldest. Any guesses on who the oldest first-time MVP for MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL history?
Can you give me league and team?
I'll give you it's Major League Baseball. I'll give you that.
Oldest MVP. Can't give me team?
I'll give you team. Pirates. Might give it away, but.
McCutcheon?
Nope.
I give.
Willie Stargell, who was
in 79?
In 79, 39 years, 208
actually co-MVP
days.
with Keith Hernandez.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And then Dennis Eckersley in 92, 38 years and 1 day. And then Matthew Stafford, 2025, 37 years and 331 days.
Great starter, and then became the lights-out reliever.
Yeah, that's right.
D'Antoni.
That's right. I should say that age is at the end of the regular season, not when they were actually named MVP.
Willie Stargell, that old.
Yeah, that was hard to believe. 39 years, 208 days old. So definitely interesting stuff there, and certainly big for Matthew Stafford. He gets the MVP. He'll run it back next year, and at that point will be 38 years old. And we've certainly seen some success with older quarterbacks. We've seen some struggles with older quarterbacks in recent years in the NFL, and we'll see what it looks like for Matthew Stafford next year, and kind of what it looks like for that Rams team around him. Should be a lot of fun. My
good buddy Dennis Eckersley.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
and
that.
David Eckstein right there.
Holy cow.
Right there.
That's incredible. That is, that was, what was that, last year?
2 years ago.
Okay.
September 8th, 2024.
I knew that was recently. You sent me that picture when you took it. Here's another big
slow Sunday morning for me.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, just every day you're walking around St. Louis and just taking pictures with legends.
And he would have a big strikeout and kind of go Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
More point than whack.
Sure. But that is that's funny. Another big number I have, and this one is really incredible. So the big number is 17. The Patriots currently have won a combined 17 games this season, regular season and playoffs. The Patriots as a franchise have won 17 or more games in the regular season, playoffs combined, in a single season for the fifth time this year. 2003, 2004, 2007, 2016, and 2025. That's so 5 times they have done that. All other NFL teams combined this century have had 4 such seasons. That's insane.
Give it up to Vrabel.
Whew, man, yeah.
First year.
The turnaround that he has done.
4-win team last year.
It is incredible. To go out there and, to have the season that they've had, the season that Drake May has had for most of the year. You hadn't
those
been
running
great.
backs.
Oh my gosh, it really is a lot of young guys that they've relied on.
Reclamation project of Diggs.
Yeah, no, and he's been good, but it has been interesting because we talk about Seattle and on that side with really it's Jackson Smith and Jigba, and then it's a wide gap, and then you've got some of those other guys. But for New England, it's kind of by committee. You look at who has really jumped out there, and it's not a wide margin going back to the regular season of who's jumped out there. You have Stephon Diggs, who's over 1,000 yards, but then you've got Hunter Henry with 768, Keyshawn Butte with 551, Matt Collins with 550. I mean, they've really kind of, Demario Douglas not far behind with 447. They've kind of, spread it out and relied on a lot of different guys. You mentioned those running backs, Travion Henderson, what he has done this season, and certainly with Stevenson. But talking about Travion Henderson as such a young running back to go out there and have in the regular season 911 yards, really
he's
impressive.
Mr. Straight ahead.
Year. Yeah, he is.
Vrabel's kind of guy.
That's right.
Ohio State guy.
That's exactly OH.
OH. I'm sorry, Ohio.
Yeah, that's right.
Couldn't spell.
No, it's okay. It's late on a Friday, Brett. We are certainly not in spelling.
Fair or unfair that Brady's catching it a little bit on kind of taking the neutrality on who he's for?
It doesn't bother me.
I mean, he's not media. He's in the media, but he's not a journalist. He can be for who he wants to be for.
No, but I don't mind the kind of calling it straight. I mean,
he's a Raider now.
He is a Raider now, which is weird to say, but he
won one with the Buccaneers.
That's right. I mean,
you're in the past, New England.
Yeah, but nobody looks at Tom Brady and thinks Raiders or Buccaneers. We think one team, and it's New England.
I did hear this talking about the Patriots. Their history, and the guy said nobody had heard of Tom Brady in college. He was recruited by everyone out of California and went to Michigan, and in back-to-back bowl games lit up Arkansas in the Citrus Bowl and Bama the next year in the Orange Bowl.
Interesting. Wow.
I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, he's just nobody.
Wasn't like he was out there at.
No.
West Texas State.
Yeah. I mean, I think just at that point, just stick to the draft argument, like the draft of
had a tough couple draft. He never forgot.
No, he certainly did. But I think you're stretching it a little bit when you're going. Nobody knew about it before. Yeah, no, that's crazy. But we're about to get to a break. Before we do that, let me remind you, perfect time to head down to Olive Branch and check out Frontier Western Store. Family owned and operated since 1967. Frontier Western is your one-stop shop for all the biggest brands in Western wear. They're the one-stop shop for Carhartt in the Mid-South, but they've also got you covered with plenty of other brands when it comes to shirts, shorts, jeans, outerwear, whatever you're looking for, they've got it in stock. But if you need a new pair of jeans, well, Frontier Western has you covered with all the brands from Ariat all the way down to Wrangler. And you'll love how easy it is to find the perfect size and style for you. While you're down there, check out Frontier's world-famous boot showroom. Whether it's work boots, boots, or dress boots, Frontier has you covered for the entire family with plenty of in-stock proven classics like Ariat, Dam Post, and Durango. And that's just to name a few of the different types of brands that they have in stock. And at Frontier Western, their pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know you'll be getting the best deals. Head down to 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Check out the entire selection. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. for Frontier Western Store. Well, let's get to another break, and when we return, we're talking Tiger Hoops. Jason Munns from the Commercial Appeal. He joins us next.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
This Valentine's Day, skip the expected and give something that truly lasts. Time to slow down, recharge, and feel cared for. A Gold Salon Spa gift card is effortless, thoughtful, and always the right choice. Opening the door to calm moments, confidence-boosting care, and everyday luxury that goes well beyond February 14th. Because the most meaningful gifts aren't things. They're how you make someone feel. Gould's gift cards are available online or in store. Gould's, a legacy of style, care, and community since 1932.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
We all want the best without having to pay the most. That's where Verizon comes in. Get this. Now you can take your AT&T or T-Mobile bill into any Verizon store. They'll look at what you're paying and give you a better deal, period. You get the amazing coverage you want while keeping more cash in your pocket. Visit your local Verizon store to start saving today. Must provide recent consumer mobile bill in the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Air. We breathe it naturally. Simple, right? Not so fast. The air you breathe could be hazardous to your health. Don't guess. Be sure with a phone call to the Memphis Mold Inspector, the only licensed mold assessor in the Mid-South. Call the Memphis Mold Inspector to check the air quality inside your home and office. Protect babies, pets, new homes, old homes, employees, friends, loved ones, and you. Just call 901-292-7788 for clean air and peace of mind. 901-292-7788 for the Memphis Mold Inspector.
This traffic report is brought to you by Millington Weight Loss. For more information, call 901-436-0272.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Steady flow of traffic trying to push south of Memphis right now on the interstate as we check it out live on 55 as you work your way down through DeSoto County. It's picking up out here in the Midtown area, I-40 around Chelsea as traffic volume increases. 51 up through the Millington area. It's going to get heavier up through there in the next few minutes. Valentine's Day is going to be here next week, so make sure you shop local this weekend at Weimer's Jewelry, conveniently located 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, we are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Love to feel the rain in the summertime.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you as we start our third and final hour on this Friday afternoon. We're going to talk to Jason Munns in just a second, but the Tigers, they were winners last night. They're back at home on Sunday. We gave some tickets away earlier for that game against Charlotte. We got some more tickets to give away, a 2-pack for Sunday's game against Charlotte. We'll give those to the first caller to the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line, 901-360-8255. Again, 901-360-8255. First caller going to that game on Sunday against Charlotte, 1 o'clock, so plenty of time to get there and then get home for the Super Bowl, courtesy of Sissy's Log Cabin. But right now, we got to talk Tigers. Jason Munns from the Commercial Appeal. He joins us every Friday to talk Tigers. He's brought to you every single week by Jim's Place Grill in Collierville. Jason, thanks so much for joining us. Last night, it was certainly the Sincere Parker show. He goes off for 40 points in only 26 minutes off the bench. I don't think enough people are talking about the fact. Everyone's talking about how he came off the bench, but to score 40 points in only 26 minutes, extremely impressive. You were there for it. What did you make of the Sincere Parker show?
That's what I don't, yes, not enough people are talking about it, and maybe that's just because Memphis is 11-11 this season or whatever they are, but I don't care. You could be 0-22. To score 40 points in a college basketball game is, it's remarkable enough on its own.
It's a point a minute.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. That's really, really good. That's high-level stuff. To do it, the number keeps getting thrown around, 26 minutes. If we want to get down to preciseness, it was 25 minutes and 53 seconds.
Wow.
Okay? So, and here's the other thing. He didn't hit 12 three-pointers. Okay? Mm-hmm. He hit 6 three-pointers. He's 6 of 6 from the line. He was 14 of 20 overall from the field. Let's also throw in the fact that he had 6 rebounds. Let's also throw in the fact that he had 2 assists, I think, or 3 assists. He also had a steal. He was on the floor, I think, last night for more loose balls in that one game, in those 25 minutes and 53 seconds, than he's been the rest of the season combined. He was as locked in as he has been all season long, and I kind of asked him about it a little bit after the game. I was like, man, you were super animated, and you were as max effort as, I've seen possibly anybody on this team all season long. And he was like, yeah, I played with Daniel Rivera at St. Louis. We were teammates at St. Louis, and then Chance Westry went to the same prep school that I went to in Arizona. They weren't teammates, but they went to the same school, and I think they were a year different. And then he said there was somebody behind the scorer's table, that caught his attention and told him as he was going into the game that he was going to pick up 2 fouls in the first 20 seconds.
Was that fan or a league official or UAB official?
He said it was somebody behind the scorer's table. That was as specific as he got. So I assumed it was a fan.
Fandom.
Yeah, so he took exception to that. But no, I mean, it was when he hit he hits 2 3-pointers to start his ball rolling. And I tweeted in the moment, we might be getting that Sincere Parker tonight. Let's just, whatever. I didn't have any, I thought maybe we would get 25 points Sincere Parker. We got 40 points Sincere Parker, again, in 25 minutes, just shy of 26 minutes. He scored 16 points in less than 4 minutes. His first 16 points were in less than 4 minutes on the floor. There have been other crazy performances, like the 25 points that Jeremy Hunt scored in a half at UAB back in 2007. There was Jeremiah Martin, who scored 41 points in a half in a loss at South Florida in 2019. This one, it's right up there. So it was.
It may be the greatest individual Tiger single game performance ever. I will inject this though. Larry Finch, 48 with no 3-point line.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Exhibit A for why I would say it's not. It's that's at least debatable that it's the single most.
I would love to see that box score of Larry Finch against St. Joe. I remember it.
Challenge accepted. I'm going to go find it.
Okay.
But the other part of this is he is the first Division I player since at least 1996, 1997. So at least in the last 29 seasons, he is the only Division I player to score at least 40 points, to have at least 6 3-pointers, to have a minimum of 5 free throws and shoot 100% at the free throw line. And then there was some other. That may actually be it. He's the only Division I player in the last almost 30 seasons to do those 3 things in the same game. All in under 26 minutes. That's the other thing.
Here's the big takeaway, though. We've been waiting all year. Can it be the start of something for the team?
That is the put the dollar amount on the question, because that's just been the thing all season. Is like when they beat up on Baylor, it was like, okay, well now they've kind of gotten past the rockiness of the Bahamas, and they've put UNLV losing by 14 at home in the rearview mirror, and because they've come out and they've beaten Baylor, and then that didn't turn out quite right. And then what was it? They beat UC. They put up 95 on UCSA, and it was like, okay, maybe that's going to be a Kickstarter here, and then it wasn't. And then they put up 92 on FAU, and you're like, all right, here we go. And then they lose at home to Tulane.
It was the start of something for FAU.
Oh, yeah. What, they lost like 4 in a row now or something? I mean, injuries are a part of that. But I mean, the craziest thing to me, whether this is the start of something or not, I mean, they have won 2 out of their last 3, which is a start. That is a positive thing, compared to, losing back-to-back games in ugly, ugly fashion at Tulsa and Wichita State, especially compared to that. But winning 2 of their last 3, despite all of their struggles, they're and I say struggles, they're only 6-4 in this, weak American Conference. Part of what comes along with talking about a weak American Conference is that nobody is running away with anything. All these other teams have let Memphis hang around. Memphis is now tied for 5th place in the American Conference, and they are only 2 games back of first of the team that's in first, and that's Tulsa. Tulsa still has games against, some pretty potentially pesky, dangerous opponents. Like, they still have to play South Florida, I believe. They still have to, I think they have to go to Tulane, Tulsa this weekend, which, Tulane's one of those dangerous teams, as they proved by coming in here whenever they came in here within the last week. So, these teams just aren't. You've got FAU losing at home to East Carolina, who has 2 wins all season in conference. And so, the point is, these other teams are letting Memphis hang around, and if Memphis is in fact, if they have in fact found their footing, then there's nothing stopping them from getting a top 2 seed.
Yeah. No, I think you're definitely right, which is definitely a good thing with the way the season has gone so far for Memphis. We've talked so much about Sincere Parker, but Aaron Bradshaw, a really nice game for him, and he's really turned it on as of late. I mean, you go back and look, it's now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight games with double-digit points, and 7 of the last 8, I think, if you go back even further. He's had 6 or more rebounds in, I think, 4 or 5 of the last 6 games. What have you seen from him in conference play? It always felt like for Aaron Bradshaw, I think we talked about this in non-conference, could be tough against some of these teams that Memphis was going to play in the non-conference slate. But once you get to the American, when you're facing smaller teams, he should be able to dominate. I think that's exactly what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, tough would be an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind for what we saw from Aaron Bradshaw in the non-conference. And I think that's what made a lot of people, including myself, like, man, is this going to be the biggest bust of the biggest high-profile acquisition of the Penny Hardaway era that is going to wind up being like just a tremendous bust? Because you're right, like that was a lot of people's train of thought was like, the American, being in the American Conference, playing for an American Conference team and playing against American Conference opponents for half a season might be just what the doctor orders for Aaron Bradshaw in his career path, to help build confidence and these sorts of things, and maybe just maybe playing for Penny Hardaway, who has proven to who kind of has shown that he knows how to unlock guys and maximize guys' talent. You look just last year, you look at Dane Danger, and then you look at David Jones the year before that, who, I'm not saying that these players weren't talented before, but he put them on another level. He puts guys, yes, he puts guys on a really, really high tier. And I'm not total. I mean, I think we are, Aaron Bradshaw is moving in that direction. But yes, in his last 8 games, which they've only played, so they played 10 American games. It does seem that American Conference competition has been exactly what Aaron Bradshaw needs. He's averaging, I looked this up earlier today, he's averaging in his last 8 games 12.3 points per game and exactly 6 rebounds per game. That is exactly what you want out of a 7-foot guy who that's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you're looking for. And if you get more than that, then great. But that should be the floor for someone like Aaron Bradshaw, former 5-star recruit and this and that, 7-footer, athletic, can score at all 3 levels, those sorts of things. You that's kind of that's good. That's where you want to be, at least, if you're Aaron Bradshaw. But to me, and I thought about this as I was rewatching the game after I got back home today, earlier today, I was rewatching the game from last night, and he played his tail off defensively.
Really
now,
cared. Was really committed.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, some really boneheaded fouls. Okay? He's still not cured.
That wasn't just him, though, Jason. That was
no, you're right.
That was a lot of guys.
It's been epidemic all year.
Yeah, Curtis Givens III and Julius Bedford, and we could go down the list. There was Tierna Silla finished with 4 fouls, and there was a lot of guys doing a lot of very
UAB got tired at the line.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, maybe that was the thing. It's they saw that UAB early on couldn't hit free throws, so we'll just keep fouling.
Keep fouling.
Hacker
UAB.
Exactly. But no, I just was struck watching Aaron move on defense, and it looks so much better compared to how it looked earlier this season. Earlier this season, he looked frankly, just, I mean, and I hate to keep ringing this bell that Penny has been ringing all season long, but it looked like he wasn't bought in. It looked like he just was not. He's I've never had to do this in my career. I'm not about to start now, sort of thing. Nobody has ever asked me to play defense this way, and I'm just not. I'm not here for that. But somehow, some way, somebody's gotten through to him, and honestly, I've kind of kicked the tires a little bit people have told me that Roy Rogers, the assistant coach who was hired very late in the off season, people have told me that he is the one who's kind of helped Aaron become a truer big. Like
he's helped Majok as well.
Yes, and others, William Wharton and Tierno Silla. He's really doing some good work with the bigs, but like there was one play specifically where one of those 6'8" guys who's leading UAB and rebounding, Daniel Rivera, or can't think of the other one, but they got a couple of guys who are like 6'7", 6'8", who are really solid, like Nick Jordan type guy. That one of them tried to back Aaron down and like put a shoulder square into his chest, and I can't prove this, but 2.5 months ago, Aaron would have flailed. Like that would have sent him into a physical and mental tailspin.
Yeah.
But he didn't move. He took that thing like a champ, and he forced Rivera to get rid of the ball. And that sort of thing's not necessarily going to show up on the box score, but yes, Aaron Bradshaw is I think playing really, really well.
Yeah, no, he is. The big story not on the court last night, and I'll just read your tweet from pregame last night. Hassan Abdul-Hakim did not play again last night with an illness. You tweeted out, Penny says on pregame radio that the team has heard from Hassan Abdul-Hakim, but they haven't seen him since he got sick after the Wichita State road game on January 24th. Penny added they wanted him to come get checked out by team doctors, but he declined, saying he was, quote, too ill. What can you tell us about what's going on with Hassan Abdul-Hakim? Now going on 2 weeks where he has not played with this illness, and now we're hearing hadn't even seen him in the last 2 weeks, which, hey, if he's sick, I don't want to be around anybody that's sick, but we're now going on to getting close to 3 weeks of this.
Yeah, so I've asked around and have been for a little while, since we got past the first game of him being sick, and then it was okay. The second game he's going to miss because he's sick and he's not even in the building and this sort of thing. So I've been asking around about it for a while, and everything that I'm hearing is that's exactly what's going on. That he is telling the people that he's communicating with inside, that are part of the program, that he is not healthy, that he is not able to go anywhere or do anything. Now it sounds kind of ridiculous, honestly, and even a little. I mean, the fact that I just think that a lot of coaches and a lot of programs wouldn't put up with this. But that's one thing about Penny Hardaway. If we've learned anything over the years, one thing about Penny is that he is never going to just completely cut ties with somebody.
Yeah.
Like Amani Bates left the team with a phantom back injury, and he was allowed to come back for the NCAA tournament. Jordan Brown 2 seasons ago left the team, went back to California. Just because, not because he was hurt, not because of anything else. He wasn't blaming an injury. The stuff that people were telling us was that he was sick, but he wasn't. And he was allowed to return and be part of the team. Mikey Williams, got into all of his legal trouble, and Penny stuck with him the entire time until finally, Mikey and his camp got so fed up with how the university was handling, not how Penny was handling it, how the university was choosing to handle that situation, that he just said, "Screw it, I'm going to UCF." So yeah, all that to say, Penny just does not. That's just not how he operates. He's going to let things play out how they're going to play out. He's not going to upset any carts. And so, yeah, I mean, everything I am hearing is that Hassan Abdul Hakim believes he is sick. Nobody can say whether or not that he actually is because they haven't seen him. But he believes he is sick, and Penny is the last thing Penny said about it last night after the game was, "We'll get back and we'll check on the big fella and we'll go from there."
I love that.
So, I mean, it's anybody's guess whether we've seen the last of Hassan Abdul Hakim or not. But Penny also did say after the game, though, that Ashton Hardaway did not play because he had been sick earlier this season, and that not only was he sick, there have been others who have been under the weather to varying degrees, including some on the coaching staff over the past couple of weeks. So take that for what it's worth.
How's the beat guy feel?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I feel fine.
Good.
However, I battled something probably about a month ago. So who am I to say that that nothing's going around? I don't know.
Jason, remind me, because I cannot for the life of me remember, but I'm curious. The trip down to the Bahamas, Hassan Abdul Hakim, was that an illness or was that an injury that he didn't play?
Nope. That was an illness.
That's what I thought.
He was, remember, so when he got to Memphis in the offseason, he injured something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was like a hamstring or something, or quad or something in there.
That was what it was. It was a quad.
Yeah.
He injured his quad, and he was extremely slow to recover from that. And as he was, and I'd been told this, Penny wasn't the only one saying this. Like, I had heard this behind the scenes, but Penny did say that, like, he was going to be activated and play in the Bahamas, but he got sick. And in subsequent conversations that I had with people who I trust, told me that, yes, in fact, he was sick. Like, he was legitimately sick. But, yes, this is the second time he's been sick. This is the second time he's missed multiple games this season due to being under the weather. So, all that being said, here's the other thing. Like, I did this story a couple of days ago where I, like, combed through all the box scores and, like, trying to figure out, like, if what Penny was saying about playing these guys over these guys and not waiting on the bigger money guys anymore and that sort of thing was, like, sound strategy. And one of the things that I uncovered was that 12, this is before last night, 12 of the bottom 13 three-man lineups in terms of plus-minus, like plus-minus for three-man lineups, 12 of the worst 13 three-man lineup plus-minuses included either Hassan Abdul Hakim, Ashton Hardaway, or both.
Holy cow.
And now that's not to say that they aren't on in like maybe some four-man lineups, some five-man lineups, some other three-man lineups that they have, better plus-minuses where they're in different combos. But 12 of the 13 worst three-man lineups included one or the other or both. And listen, I'm not completely sure that Memphis isn't a better team without him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I'm kind of with you on that. Jason, before we let you go, we're getting Super Bowl picks from all of our guests, so we need a winner and a score.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah, you won't believe it because I don't know if there is.
It doesn't
one.
exist as of now.
Winner and score, you said?
That's it.
Got to go with the local angle and Kenneth Walker. I'm going Seahawks, and I'm going to say he scores 3 touchdowns.
Holy cow!
Wins Super Bowl MVP. Oh man! And the Seahawks win 38-28.
Wow!
You win the best setup of all our pickers.
I love that.
Way to go!
I love that.
That's what I'm going with. When I first came to the commercial appeal, one of the things that I had to help. There was like a transition period with our preps situation, and so they asked me to pinch hit for a little bit before I was actually in sports. And one of the things I did was a story on Kenneth Walker. So I'm rooting for him.
Arlington on a Friday night is a good high school football setting. That's fun.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, he was never this huge name, and in 2026 to have somebody playing for a Super Bowl championship from your area who was not a golden child. That's refreshing. So
good stuff. We like the good stories, don't we, Jason?
We do. We always do. No matter what, we want a good story.
That's right. Jason, thanks so much as always for joining us. We'll talk to you again next Friday.
All right. See y'all.
You got Jason Munns with us every Friday, presented by Jim's Place Grill. They're enjoying the big game weekend right now. Not open on Sunday, but you can enjoy it tonight and tomorrow, and both lunch and dinner tomorrow, and enjoy those great steaks. Over 100 years of charcoal grill steaks, over 100 years of the family celebrations, all the Super Bowls and all the big moments. And coming up, Valentine's. If you need to have a reservation for Valentine's, book it now at Jim's Place Grill. They're online at jimsplacegrill.com. Don't forget the Ian Grill. Recipes that date back to the beginning in downtown to now in Collierville at the railroad tracks at Poplar. In Houston Levy, the Terrace family with their touch for our community. Every steak grilled perfectly over an open flame. Come to Jim's and taste and see and feel the difference. Lunch hours, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dinner hours, Monday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Since 1921, a Memphis landmark, a staple, hard work, values, and a dedication to their beloved diners, the Terrace family. They've created that memorable dining experience. Lunch menu, staples like the souffle mauve, the cheeseburger, the tortilla soup, the chili, the shrimp cocktail, crab cakes, salad dressings, all homemade. And at dinner, the calamari, the seafood, the soups, and those steaks, fillets, ribeyes, and strips. The great bar area is going strong right now, all at Jim's Place Grill in Collierville, and they bring you Jason Munns every Friday.
I'm glad Jason said that he did a story on Kenneth Walker, because I think Kenneth Walker is a year or two younger than me. But Arlington, Houston.
Did you play him?
Don't remember him at all. Don't remember him at all.
That's something.
And me and Landon had the conversation. Landon doesn't remember him.
Is that the rivalry?
It's not the rivalry. Collierville, Houston, certainly the rivalry, and then I'd say Collierville, Germantown. No. But Collierville Houston and Arlington has had some really good games. Yeah, they definitely do. But played every year. I don't remember him at all.
Do you remember him, Landon?
No, a little bit.
Isn't that
maybe
something? Both of y'all.
I don't remember him, but obviously was recruited and recruited very well. Went to a Power 4 school, and now
twice
that's right, and now in the Super Bowl. So definitely rooting for him.
So around here, we being SEC and the Tigers, so you miss him out of high school to Wake.
Yeah.
How do you miss him transferring to Michigan State?
Yeah, well, I guess it worked out for him. I don't know. He was really, really good for Michigan State.
And running back position can get really goofy.
Yeah, no, it definitely can. So definitely rooting for him on Sunday. But before we get to a break, let me remind you about our 5 o'clock sponsor, Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. They've been the premier Jaguar dealership for the greater Memphis area since 1984, and their talented team's ready to help you find your next perfect vehicle at unbeatable rates. Swing by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City today. Check out those brand new models like the Range Rover Sport, the Range Rover Velar, and the Defender. Test drive the Range Rover Sport, where luxury meets performance. It's a perfect mix of style, performance, and versatility, with options ranging from 360 horsepower up to 635. It's also available as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle with $7,500 federal tax credit when leased with approved credit. Take a look at the Range Rover Velar, powered by mild hybrid technology and enhanced with the latest well-being features and fully connected entertainment system. The Range Rover Velar is the ultimate luxury compact crossover. Purchase yours today, get special 4.4% for 72 months financing available with approved credit. Don't forget about the Defender, available in multiple models to fit your needs. The Defender is built for the modern explorer, and Jaguar Bluff City is offering special interest rates for 60 and 72 months on various models. Give them a call at 877-259-6169. Go online to JaguarBluffCity.com, but head out there, test drive these vehicles. 6335 Wheel Cove, just off of Quince, for Bluff City Jaguar. Let's get to another break. When we return, we're going to break down Super Bowl 60, our pick and preview. Also, our Big Four all-time for both New England and Seattle. We'll do that next on Sports Time.
Did you miss your favorite Sports 56 show?
No!
Check out the podcast, broken down hourly at sports56whbq.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to like and subscribe. Never miss any Sports 56 show again with our podcasts available daily from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With over 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every dollar you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
Memphis is a love song to soul and style. With the full suite of sought-after designers, brilliant natural diamonds, an elegant bar, luxury VIP lounge, and more, a trip to our store is an experience like no other. Just like the city we love. Stop by any of our stores or visit sissyslogcabin.com and experience Sissy's for yourself. Memphis is our home, and we're your jeweler.
Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Sweet deals are meant to be shared. Celebrate love and basketball with the Memphis Hustle Sweetheart Package, including 2 floor seats with food and beverage at select Memphis Hustle home games in February for just $100. Visit memphisHustle.com or call 901-888-HOOP to purchase your tickets today. This traffic report brought to you by City Center Liquor just off Highway 70 in Lakeland. Local, friendly, and always fully stocked. For a 5% discount, tell them Sports 56 sent you.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Trying to clear up that earlier wreck. 40 eastbound at Abilene had traffic jammed up pretty good with a lot of rubbernecking delays out on that side of town. It's busy already over there on 40 East headed out into Fayette County. That's 40 East at Abilene. Should be moving a little bit better as it gets heavier on 240 getting on to 385. Hey, Valentine's Day, you know it's around the corner, so stop by this weekend and shop local at Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Super Bowl 60!
I'm glad we have intro music.
That's right. Some type of music.
We missed you.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was right this week, wasn't it?
It's been a week. It has certainly been a week.
Great job, everybody.
But Super Bowl 60 on Sunday. Excited about it. It's 2 interesting teams, 2 interesting rosters. And yeah, man, by Sunday, I know you're going to be all over it. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm excited about it, but
we may not be here Monday with all our winnings.
That's right. Yeah. With all our winnings, Brett, I tell you what, all my winnings, you're right. I ain't gonna be here on Monday, which means I will absolutely be here because I'll win nothing. But based on all of our guest picks, very much Seahawk picks.
We're 8-3 Seattle, the only New England pickers. Brent Beard, 24-17 Patriots. Darian Newsom, 24-21 Patriots, and Keith Smith, of course, 23-17 Patriots. Everybody else, Seattle. Matt Infield, Seattle by 4. Bo Marchant by 10. Blake Lovell by 3. Kevin Sweeney, same score as Bo, by 10. Greg Gaston by 4. Alan Bell by 7. Bruce Marshall by 12. Jason Munns by 10. They're not even close. I'll give my pick right now.
Please.
First Super Bowl shutout in 60 Super Bowls.
Wow.
First punt return in Super Bowl history will occur on Sunday.
Holy
Seattle dominates while America sleeps, ready for the Olympics to come on.
Holy cow.
America's bored. 27-0 Seahawks.
Holy
That's as ho-hum as it gets, isn't it?
That would be as ho-hum as it gets. Are we getting Olympic coverage after the Super Bowl? Before the Super Bowl?
I think that's a must, isn't it?
I mean, I would assume so. I know, like, the last couple of
Throw
years...
it to Italy and then do your local news with Darian Newsom.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But, like, I know, I remember last year, or maybe it was the year before, like, they debuted a new show on after the Super Bowl. And so they kept, like, promoting that throughout the Super Bowl.
You know, the show a lot of years that for Fox after the Super Bowl would be the debut of 24.
Is that right?
And 24 is supposed to be coming back with Kiefer Sutherland in the Jack Bauer role.
No kidding.
One of my few favorite TV shows of all time.
Interesting. I knew that was one of your favorite TV shows, but that is interesting.
It got a little macabre, though. Some of the interrogation tactics were a little much for my taste.
Well, interesting. Okay, so you're going with a shutout and
27 zips.
Yeah, no, that's
first in Super Bowl history. If I hit this,
I hope you're wrong.
I'm done with picks.
Yeah, no, you should be, but I hope you're wrong because
except for Friday football forecast.
Of course. I'll give Landon's first. Landon is going with the Seahawks, 31-24. His final score.
We hadn't had that score yet, so.
An interesting
It's going to come down to the margins.
That's right. That it definitely will. For me, I'm going to take the Patriots plus 4.5. But I'm going to take the Seahawks to win the game 21-17. And in that 21, Kenneth Walker and Jason Munz was just all over my logic. Kenneth Walker, 2 rushing touchdowns, whole bunch of yards on the ground. He is your MVP for Super Bowl.
I'd take
60.
that right now, and that would be a compelling game and keep everybody glued to it.
That would be fun. Right now, Kenneth Walker to be MVP of Super Bowl 60 plus 850.
11-3 final for all our picks. Only 3 New England pickers.
How about that?
So for our picks for Friday football forecast, the last one of the year, I have Seattle. Bryant, you have New England. Landon has Seattle.
That's right.
For the year, we go into this game. Look at here. Landon and I are both 57 and 59.
Wow.
So we're going to stay the same.
That's right.
You are 56 and 60.
Wow.
We can all finish
Holy
57 and 60
Holy
after
cow.
all these picks from September on.
Wow, that would be incredible.
Couldn't do that again if you tried.
Absolutely not. That would be something. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Sunday. Hopefully we get a really fun game. Hopefully we do not get a game like yours. And I'm curious. You know, we've had some guests that have said, hey, this could be, I know Alan Bell was very much on the points. A lot of other people think this is going to be a defensive game. That total's sitting at 45.5. You think we're going way under on the total. If you're right, you would have a total of 27, so that would be way under, nearly half of what the
over and
total
under is
45.5.
All right, let me figure our over and unders then.
Yeah, all right. And I can't do math that quick, so I can't tell you what mine would be, but I think this is going to be an under game. I think both these defenses have been really, really good, and the quarterbacks have been okay. I mean, certainly, I could see this being a defensive game.
We've got 8 unders and a Darian Newsom push.
Interesting.
So 9 out of 14, so 5 overs.
So Darian has it at 40. What does he have it at 45?
He has 24-21.
So he would be, but let's count that as an under because 45.5. So let's count that as a.
I didn't know we had the hook.
Brett, we always have the hook.
Well,
I mean, what are you doing? I mean,
that's a show. That's right up there with no pluses and minuses.
That's right. Yeah, I mean that's when you talk about the show rules. I mean that's
you lose
like
your
1 and 2.
fundamentals.
I mean, you got nothing really.
You got to start over, don't you?
That's right. Big 4 for these two teams. I'll start with Landon's Big 4. I have that with me. We're having some mic technical difficulties in there, so Landon unable to give his out. But I do have them. He has, we'll start with the Patriots. He has an OLI, Mike Vrabel as his OLI for the Patriots. Player or coach are we putting him on as an OLI for? Yes, both. 4, Julian Edelman. 3, John Hanna. 2, Rob Gronkowski. And number 1, Tom Brady.
Would you believe our 1, 2, and 3 are exact same?
Wow, is that
For the
right?
Pats.
Holy cow!
John Hannah only the best guard in the history of the game.
That is that is. Look, I'll be honest. I don't have John Hannah on mine for reasons I'll get to when I get to mine. But our 1 and 2 is the exact same. And then his Seahawks list: OLIs, Marshawn Lynch and Cam Chancellor. 4, Sean Alexander. 3, Bobby Wagner. 2, Russell Wilson. And number 1, Walter Jones.
That's really good.
That is good.
Walter Jones, one of the great O-linemen ever.
Yeah, no, that is a really good list. For
My
both
New
Patriots
England,
and
number
Seahawks.
1. Any guesses?
I'm going to guess Julian Edelman.
It's not Joe Cap?
No.
It's not.
No.
Not Dick Bonaconte as a Patriot?
No, definitely
it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
2's Rob Gronkowski. I don't think you can come up with anything else.
No, definitely not.
And Rob Gronkowski going in Canton next year.
Yep.
First ballot easy. John Hannah in Canton. Number 3, going in, announced last night, will be faded all weekend, and the formal ceremony this summer, Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a really good one.
Seattle, number 1. I wanted a defensive guy. Bobby Wagner was there. Cam Chancellor's there. Kenny Easley from yesteryear there.
Yeah.
I went with Richard Sherman.
I like
They
that.
were a defensive team
They
first
were. They
at those
absolutely were.
years. 2, Sean Alexander. 3, Cortez Kennedy from Osceola, Arkansas. And number 4, Steve Largent.
I like that. I'll start with my Patriots Big 4. Number 4 for me, Mike Vrabel. When you're a player and then a coach with the same team, you find a spot in my top 4. Number 3, I mean, how can we not go with Steven Gostkowski? I mean, our own, and such a great career with the Patriots.
Who needs Vinatieri?
That's right, Vinatieri. Who? I go Gostkowski at 3, Gronkowski at 2, and then TB12 number 1. For Seattle, I do have an OLI, another guy from the neighborhood, KJ Wright, had a really nice career with Seattle, so I give him an OLI. 4, Walter Jones. 3, Marshawn Lynch. 2, Russell Wilson. And number 1, got to be my favorite Seattle Seahawk, Bobby Wagner.
Very good. Steve Largent, I love telling the story. He, great career, goes back home to Oklahoma, and he's presidential temper. Yeah. They're thinking he's going places in politics. Gets elected to the House of Representatives. Just a matter of how big he wins a governor's race someday. Timing is everything.
Yeah.
Has a senior in high school son, and they decide before his senior year starts, let's go on one of those get away from it all trips, no phones, no nothing. I don't even know if we were texting then, but no nothing, no communication. They leave like on September the 5th or 6th or so. They go to the backwoods, no contact with anybody. Come back out September 5th, 2001. Hey, what's going on at the office? Congressman, have you not heard?
Yeah,
and you've been AWOL.
Yeah, wow, that is...
Wrecked his political career.
Holy cow. Wow. That is...
the poor timing award.
The poor timing award. Wow. That is a really good story. I did not know that. So, yeah, no, I think this is going to be a fun Super Bowl. I think... I really don't know what to expect, Brett. Like I
do. I know exactly what to expect.
Yeah, you are certainly have.
I've been on it since the pairing's been made.
I hope you're wrong. Like if I'm sitting there watching a 27-0, I'll be happy for you. I'll be very happy for you.
Return messes up my shutout.
That could. Honestly, Brett, it could happen.
That would be too cruel.
Now, like I think when you talk about punt return, like I think you look at Shaheed and you're like, oh, he's going to be the one that does it. But like,
do it early.
Yeah. I mean, I would hate for like if it's late fourth quarter, like 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. Seattle's punting it. We're just gonna play out the strings, and then that's when it happens. That'd be brutal.
I'm turning my Twitter off Sunday. What if opening kickoff touchdown and no shutout, and it's on the first play of the game?
Brutal. That would be brutal. Yeah. So hopefully. Brett, I'm always rooting for you.
Thank you.
But I also want it to be a very competitive,
It'll be
fun
my finest
game.
moment ever.
Oh, no, it will be. I mean, again, like you're no more predictions from you after if you
got
get
there
this
twice
right.
on the overtime.
Right.
We've only had 2.
No, yeah.
I was there on both of them.
That's right. That's crazy. See, Brett, good job there. You didn't mention the fact that you had kind of a string of particular.
Well,
see, when you got to talk about the highs. Let's not talk about the misses.
And,
talk about the
for
hits.
years, especially if you joined other shows and you get around, that late in the week. All right, it's prediction time. I would always set it up. Pete Rozelle, Paul Tagliabue, Roger Goodell's dream comes true. Overtime, and every host, oh, wow, nobody's got that. No, and I was on about an 8-year run of it before it finally hit.
It's great, but
in 51. Now, 2 years ago, though, I wasn't back to it.
No, that's right. So, hopefully you're wrong this time. But let's get to a break. When we return, we'll wrap up today's show. We'll wrap up this week with Mo's Crunch Time.
You have opinions?
I think it's over.
Of course you do.
I don't think it's that simple.
Everyone does.
I got all the answers.
Hit us up on the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line at 360-8255.
I can't tell you the number of times I've heard people tell me that they wanted to wait until spring to put their home on the market. This is Sheldon Rosengarten at Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and think about it. In March, April, when the azaleas bloom, so do the real estate signs. More competition. We've been in an unusual market in the last year, and to get an edge on other homes on the market, make sure and talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and make sure that I am one of them. I've developed a highly successful strategic marketing program that can mean the difference in what you make and when. From the preparation before you go on the market to the presentation and keeping you informed every step of the way, it's rare that we cannot provide results. That's why people often say, when you want the job done, call Sheldon at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Write it down or call me now, memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546.
NST's been taking down insurance giants for over 35 years. Big firm power with hometown heart? Yeah, they don't play. It's that combination that has helped them win billions for their clients. NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate the one you love the most with Hallmark cards at Walgreens. Valentine's Day is the best time to send your favorite person a reminder of just how much they mean to you. A Hallmark card is a super simple and beautiful way to say how grateful you are for the love you two share. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is Saturday, February 14th. Visit Walgreens today to find a Hallmark card that shows just how much you care for them, because love lives here.
Rick's Powder Coating, for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Join NFL and Ole Miss football legend Archie Manning for an evening of inspiring stories on leadership, perseverance, and greatness. Don't miss Archie Manning at the Heindel Center in Senatobia, Mississippi on Friday, February 20th. Tickets are on sale now at heindelcenter.org.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need a crunchy bite to eat? Head to Moe's for nachos, crunch wraps, tacos, salads, and more. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
This is pretty cool, and we're just getting started.
Spanning the globe.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! This game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight?
This is for all the biggest Crunch Time.
You are looking live. In your life have you seen anything like that?
Crunch Time between the hedges.
The ball game is over, and Memphis has its first win in 16 tries. Its first win ever against its fierce in-state rival Tennessee.
Goodbye!
It's obviously Crunch Time.
Hammer, nail, coffin, this baby is over.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need catering? Moe's Taco Truck is always ready to cater for you. Just give Jenny Nash a call, 901-606-3172. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies. Well, Brett, what I learned today, Ross Dellinger earlier today reporting that Sacramento State is proposing a $10 million plus entry fee plus forgoing league revenues to any FBS conference that accepts them into their conference.
Nobody.
we know that Sacramento State has been pushing this for a while. They've been trying a lot of different things. When the Pac-12 said they were going to start back up again, they made the big push for the Pac-12. And in the story, Ross Dellinger goes on to say that while most conferences, including both the Mountain West and the Pac-12, have quickly shot that down, that the MAC is listening to the offers, and I don't know why you wouldn't at least listen. I do not think anything comes about from this, but Sacramento continuing to make pushes to try to make the jump to the FBS.
I know a place that offered $250 million and got rebuffed.
That's right.
I don't think Tiana do it.
No, but hey, that was to the Big 12. This is to the MAC. I mean, finance is a little different there.
For sure. What I learned, Hall of Fame class for next summer at Canton, it's all set. I don't think anybody can argue with a single one that's getting in. Drew Brees, Larry Fitz, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig. But why are we started in the Pro Football Hall of Fame acting like we're putting people into heaven? Football used to have the door open. First of all, on a football field, usually there's 22 out there. It's a big number sport, bigger than any team sport. It's simple math, and it started a few years ago, and I'm going to blame him for it. Deion Sanders started a few years ago. We're making this the Hall of Good now. There are people getting in that don't need to. I would love to hear who Deion really thinks should be in. Him and about 10 of his buddies is all he thinks really should be there.
That's true. That is true. Well, Brett, what I could have done without, I haven't been able to read this story. It was just put up on ESPN about an hour ago, but according to ESPN, Yasiel Puig has been found guilty of obstruction and lying to officials in an investigation for illegal gambling operations. So more illegal gambling, and Yasiel Puig, who, I love Yasiel Puig. I hate to see his name involved in any of this, but I guess that's where we're at right now.
We are. I could have done without this. I hope somebody checks on Hassan Hakeem. What an incredibly bad look that went a couple weeks without even checking on somebody. I think the whole deal last year with Jordan Brown, we can't go through another 2, 3, 4 weeks of this. At some point, he's part of the team or not. You're not ill this long. If you are, let's get the man some medical attention.
Yeah, no, let's figure it out, and hopefully they can figure it out. But again, Penny Hardaway saying that they've heard from him, they've tried to get him into the building to get checked on. He's saying he's too ill to come in and get checked out by the team doctors. It just sounds like a very, very weird situation going on right now with Hassan Abdul Hakeem. Where are you beaming this weekend?
Bay Area, Santa Clara, San Francisco, and it really does. It kills me to see all the stories about the depravity in San Francisco that's around. But the game's in Santa Clara. A lot better. Pre-game starts, in about an hour?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's already started. It feels like with all the coverage that we'll be getting all day.
I'm either going to be right or it's going to be compelling.
Yeah, well, I hope it's compelling.
I like that every time.
I really,
me right,
that's
or it's really compelling.
Yeah, either I'm right or it's a great game.
And I do it for everybody else.
That's exactly right. Being me, obviously the Super Bowl. Before that, tomorrow night, late night game, Houston on the road at BYU. ESPN should be a really fun game. You've got a couple top prospects in that one as well, so that will be a must-watch tomorrow night.
Tigers on Sunday at FedEx Forum against Charlotte. Let's try to get something going. Grizzlies in Portland, 2 games against the Trailblazers. Winter Olympics begin. Par 3 at Phoenix. Yeah. We got to watch that, don't we?
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really fun weekend.
Duke at Carolina, by the way.
I mean, it is a great weekend in the sports world. And a reminder, this weekend, we'll have Ole Miss at Texas tomorrow. Pregame coverage starting at 12:30. Then on Sunday, we'll have all-day Super Bowl coverage starting at noon. So keep it locked in right here on Sports 56. But that's all the time we have. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you again Monday afternoon.
It's a new year, and it's the first new sale at Family Leisure. It's the floor model sale happening now. Family Leisure has deep, like diving deep discounts on over 100 display models and in-stock hot tubs, swim spots,